Geauga Local Access Cable GTV is happy to bring you varsity football. Tonight, the Chardon Hilltoppers here at Memorial Field hosting the University Preppers. We are in week 9, and it is a very important game for both of these schools. So glad you've joined us, Jamie Ward, along with Matt Jaworski. And Matt, it's that time of the year. It's fall, and teams are looking at a lot of different things at this point.
And Jamie, they are right now. Chardon sitting in the number 4 spot in the Ohio High School Athletic Association computer point standings. The 4 seed is the team that will host a playoff game, the top 4 teams. So Chardon, it's a must-win game tonight if they want to host, and they're going to need a little bit of help in that regard, too, to stay the number 4 seed.
This is probably, we think, the first time University has ever come to Chardon to play a football game. Of course, the Preppers are new members of the Premier Athletic Conference. This is in their 2nd season. Last year, when Chardon played a Saturday afternoon game, University won 38-35. So tonight is a big night, especially for the seniors. It's senior night. As Matt mentioned, they hope this is not their last home game, but nevertheless, it is a very important night for them and their parents. And we will bring you all of the senior night festivities before the game. Athletic Director Doug Snyder will give all the information, and then after that, we'll have the kickoff. Stay with us here on GTV.
Good evening and welcome to the 2012 Football Senior Parent Night at Chardon High School. Tonight we will be recognizing the senior football players, student trainers, and cheerleaders along with their parents at the football game between University School and Chardon. We want to commend and thank all our seniors for their dedication, hard work, their many contributions to the football program, as well as their sportsmanship and the positive example they set for younger players. Parent participation is also a crucial part to the success of all athletic programs. The sacrifices our parents make are greatly appreciated by the players and coaches alike. You contribute hours of driving to practices and games, supporting our athletes win or lose, as well as the spectacular pregame dinners our athletes appreciate so much. Thanks to all of you, cheerleaders, student trainers, players, and parents, for making Chardon High School football and Chardon cheerleading such outstanding programs. Each senior has also selected a teacher who has made a positive impact during their time in the Chardon local schools. Now let's meet our seniors, their parents, and honored teachers. We will start with our cheerleaders, their parents, and chosen teachers in alphabetical order. Senior Ashley DeShetler, escorted by her parents, Joanne and Scott DeShetler. Ashley's choice for most positive teacher is Mr. Ron Cole. After graduation, Ashley plans to study actuarial science at either the University of Cincinnati or the Ohio State University. Senior Maggie Janu, accompanied by her parents, Andy and Sue Janu. Maggie has chosen Principal Mr. Andy Fetchick as the most positive influence in her high school career. Maggie plans to study engineering at the University of Dayton or the Ohio State University with the intention of continuing her education to obtain a law degree. Senior Brianna Lang, with her parents, Steve and Pam Lang. Mr. Robertson is the teacher Brianna has chosen as her most positive influence. After graduation, Brianna plans to attend college in Ohio to major in biology. We will now honor our 2 senior student trainers. Senior Allison O'Hara, escorted by her parents, Cindy and Tom O'Hara. Mrs. Rohr is Allison's choice as the most influential teacher. After graduation, Allison plans to attend Washington and Jefferson College to become a physician's assistant. Senior Courtney Ross, with her parents Kathleen and David Ross. Courtney has chosen Mr. Rob Meisen as her most influential teacher. After graduation, Courtney plans to attend college to earn a doctorate in physical therapy. And now for our senior football players, who will be introduced in numerical order. Number 8, senior Roger Davis. Accompanied by his parents, Roger and Brandy Davis. Mr. Ron Cole is Roger's choice as his most influential teacher. Roger plans to attend Kent State University to major in electronic media. Number 17, senior T.J. Beninati. Accompanied by his dad, Todd Beninati. T.J. has selected Mr. Greg Frank as his most influential teacher. T.J. is currently undecided on his post-graduation plans. Number 21, senior Jeffrey Volk. Accompanied by his parents, Jeff and Terry Volk. Jeff has chosen algebra teacher, Mr. Joseph Ritchie, as his most positive influence. Jeff is undecided on which college he will attend, but is considering the University of Cincinnati to study architecture. Number 25, senior Riley Hawkins. Escorted by his parents, Bill and Beth Hawkins. Riley has chosen the speedy Mr. Greg Frank as his most positive influence. After graduation, Riley plans to attend Miami University to major in business and hopes to play baseball. Number 28, senior Alex Muir, with his parents, Don and Ingrid Muir. Alex has chosen Mrs. Kim Butala as his most influential teacher. After graduation, Alex plans to attend college, but is not decided where. Number 35, senior Darren Maruna. Accompanied by his parents, Beverly and Tim Maruna. Mr. Alan Herner is the teacher Darren has chosen as his most positive influence. After graduation, Darren plans to attend a college close to home and become a firefighter. Number 38, senior R.J. Pikus. With his parents, Ray and Lenore Pikus. Coach Frank Hall is R.J.'s choice as his most positive influence. RJ plans to attend The Ohio State University next fall and plans to create a major in football observational studies. Number 41, Jack Lemaster. Escorted by his parents, Jared and Betsy Lemaster. Jack has chosen Mr. Greg Frank as the teacher having the most positive influence on him at Chardon High School. After graduating, Jack plans to attend The Ohio State University to study sports management and business. Number 44, Bobby Priestus. Accompanied by his parents, Bob and Kelly Priestus. Mr. Tom Ciferno is Bobby's choice as his most influential teacher. After graduation, Bobby plans to attend The Ohio State University to study aerospace engineering and eventually go into the military. Bobby would like to give a special thanks to his parents, especially his mom, because without them, none of his dreams would have been possible. Number 47, Joe Guerra, with his parents, Stacy and Joe Guerra. Joe has chosen Mr. Eric Bartley as having the most positive influence on his high school career. After graduation, Joe plans to take classes at University Hospital to become an EMT paramedic. Number 55, Nick Paul. Escorted by his parents, Patricia O'Donnell and Harry Paul. Mr. Ron Cole is Nick's choice for the most positive influence. Nick plans to attend Bowling Green State University to earn a degree in criminal justice and to pursue a career in law enforcement. Number 56, Dan Santry. Escorted by his parents, Jeff and Patty Santry. Ms. Jody Tagliaferri is Dan's choice as his most influential teacher. After graduation, Dan plans to attend college, but is still undecided on where. Number 58, senior Jared Yurchek. With his parents, Catherine and Gilbert Yurchek. Mr. Joe Ritchie is Jared's choice as his most influential teacher. Jared plans to attend college to pursue a career in engineering. Number 60, senior Sam Wilkes. Accompanied by his parents, Johanna and Mike Wilkes. Michael Pennington, Chardon Middle School history teacher, is Sam's choice as his most influential teacher. Sam plans to attend Miami University of Ohio to keep wearing his beloved Chardon red, and he would like to study business. Number 61, Rory Hogan, escorted by his parents, Kathy and Michael Hogan. Rory has selected Mrs. Karen Ritchie as his most influential teacher. After graduation, Rory plans to attend a 4-year degree program for exercise and physiology at either Ohio University or West Virginia University. Number 62, Cliff Siegert. Accompanied by his parents, Kendra and Clifford Siegert. Cliff has chosen Mr. Greg Frank as having the most positive influence on his school career. After graduation, Cliff plans to go to college to study law, science, or psychology. Number 63, Nick Serra. Escorted by his mother, Carla Serra. Nick has chosen Mr. Rob Meisen as his most influential teacher. Nick's post-graduation plan is to attend college to study engineering. Number 65, Dustin Knurr. With his parents, Joan and Brian Knurr. Dustin has chosen Mrs. Dawn Weaver as his most positive influence. After graduation, Dustin plans to attend Kent State University to major in criminal justice. Number 66, Patrick Sweeney. With his parents, Mike and Lori Sweeney. Patrick has chosen Mr. Rob Meisen as his most influential teacher. Mr. Meisen is also a former sprinter. After graduation, Patrick plans to attend Ohio University to earn a degree in business. Number 78, senior Travis Ritt. Escorted by his parents, Kim and Bill Ritt. Travis has chosen Mr. Eric Bartley as his most positive influence. After graduation, Travis plans to attend a 4-year college in Ohio to major in kinesiology. Number 82, senior Ben Huffman, accompanied by his father, Dan Huffman. Ben has chosen Mrs. Dawn Weaver as his most influential teacher. Ben plans to attend Kent State University to become a physical therapist assistant. Number 90, senior Nick Rizzo, with his parents, Valerie Martin and Angelo Rizzo. Mr. Josh Likala is Nick's choice as his most influential teacher. After graduation, Nick plans to pursue a career in construction. Ladies and gentlemen, one more warm round of applause for the Chardon High School football class of 2012. A warm thank you to all the parents, players, student trainers, and cheerleaders. We wish you the best of luck throughout your lives.
Chardon Hilltopper Marching Band. With field commanders Chrissy Savitas and Ryan Gillespie, the Hilltopper Marching Band would like to thank everyone who helped us have a successful season. From our parents to bus drivers, we owe you a big thank you. Now here's the Chardon High School fight song. Will you now stand as we honor America with the playing of our country's national anthem and remain standing for a special version of the Chardon High School alma mater, which tonight we dedicate to our senior band members. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2013. Thank you, seniors, for all of your leadership and hard work. Good luck to you all.
Well, back here on the field, Matt, what a host of wonderful pregame festivities.
Absolutely, always special to recognize those seniors, the students that put in such time during their years here at Chardon High School. And of course, the band was recognized, the trainers were recognized, and the football team recognized as well.
We are here in week 9, and if they kept score, Chardon's band would be 8-0 this season. Another great performance. The Chardon Hilltopper football team is over there on the north corner in the end zone. Coach Mitch Hewitt has got the guys fired up, man. I can see some scuffles going on, and it looks like I don't think they're going to run through the tunnel like they typically do.
Well, we'll find out for sure. But, Jamie, we talked during the break about the keys to this game for Chardon. And it's important that Coach Hewitt gets this team fired up and gets them ready to play today, because there's a lot at stake, and this team, you've read it twice in the paper, has come out flat in back-to-back games offensively. They cannot afford that tonight.
You're absolutely right. Injuries, one of the things that has hurt the Hilltoppers, but most of those guys, Matt, will be in uniform tonight, and they will see snaps. Guys like Alex Muir, Matt Bolden, I know Roger Davis was banged up as well. You've seen this team now for 8 weeks.
Absolutely, and those guys are getting back healthy. It's imperative that this team gets healthy, because the way it's looking right now, unless the unthinkable happens and Chardon loses 2 weeks in a row, this team will be playing somewhere in week 11.
Well, University won the toss and deferred to the second half, so the Hilltoppers will receive the football, and they will head south, or from right to left from our vantage point. Again, Jamie Ward, Matt Jaworski here with you. If you are listening live on GTV, welcome. You picked a good night to stay in, as the rain now falling here at Memorial Field. It is light for now, but as the wind gusts continue to pick up, we could really see some inclement weather, man.
Absolutely. And Jamie, this is, I was trying to think back, but I think the 4th home game for Chardon that we've had rain.
Yeah, there's no question. The last time we were here, the game against Madison, we saw a lot of really bad weather. We'll see. Now, University likes to throw the football. They've got 4 wide receivers. We'll see how that affects them on offense. For Chardon, I don't think they mind. And University approaches the ball, and we are looking live. Over the head of Joe Connick, and a touchback, and the Hilltoppers will start from their own 20-yard line.
Chardon, Jamie, is going to come out, and we'll be seeing the usual cast and crew, if you will, offensively for the Hilltoppers. TJ Bettinati at quarterback, the senior, 5'11", 170. The running backs behind him, and there's really just no way to say who could be starting. It's all could change, but we'll probably be seeing among all of them Joe Connick, 29, the junior, 5'11", 180. Matt Bolden, the junior, 6'1", 195. Roger Davis, the senior.
Matt, already we should mention Patrick Sullivan is in at quarterback. We were warned of this before the game, so the sophomore is in a shotgun formation with 3 guys to his left, and there's an early whistle, and it looks like Chardon has a false start.
Yeah, not the way Jared Urchek wanted to start out this game. Talk about Urchek, and that brings up the whole offensive line. Of course, Urchek, the left guard, a senior, 6'3", 215. You have also on the line as well, left tackle Travis Ritt, a senior, 6'2", 230. The center, Justin Baker, 6'0", 185. Nick Paul, a senior, 5'11", 230, and Marty Kepler, junior, 6'2", 240.
Back here, first snap with 12 minutes on the scoreboard, and it's a give. No, it's a keeper. Sullivan around left end across the 20 to the 22-yard line. He's got 7 yards on first down.
Now, TJ Bettinati is in this game, folks. He was lined up in that play as one of the wing backs for the Hilltoppers.
A position he played last year. He was a fullback last season. And now, again, it is Bettinati at quarterback, number 17. Jason Janda is a split end off to the far side of the field. Man in motion is Hawkins, and Hawkins is carrying the ball on the right side across the 25 and down to the 30-yard line. He's close to a first down.
Jamie, that should be enough for the Toppers to take the first down. I like the play calling. Work it near side, now try it far side. Officials will be stopping the chain, or will be stopping the clock to move the chains. But Jamie, this will give us a chance to introduce to you the U.S. defense. And we'll be seeing on the defensive line tonight, Costas Parrish, a junior, 6'2", 265. Hunter Wasser, a senior, 6'3", 230. His brother Tyler Wasser next to him, a sophomore, 6'3", 202.
First down and 10. From the shotgun, it's Beninati who gives it straight ahead, and getting tripped up after a gain of about 5 was the ball carrier. I think that was Roger Davis, number 8.
That was indeed the senior Davis. Of course, Davis had a great week last year in terms of carries for him, Jamie, the most he's had in a game this year.
Well, Davis, a fullback along with Matt Bolden. Bolden is banged up, but we should see some of him tonight. It is Davis as the fullback, and now it's Beninati under center. Second down and 4. 10:34 and counting. Hawkins in motion. The give is again to Davis. He barrels ahead. He's got a first down to the 44-yard line.
Now Davis cutting through the Prepper defense, and to finish it off, Jay Bullock will be the other defensive lineman, a sophomore, 6'1", 245. 3 linebackers for U.S. Ethan Barnum, a junior, 6'2", 220. Joa Avini, a senior, 5'8", 175. And Desi Philly, a junior, 5'11", 210.
Rain continuing to fall. Beninati in the gun. He gives it. No, he's going to keep it left side, and he is tackled after a gain of a couple yards down to the 48-yard line.
Filey will bring him down. Secondary for the Preppers, James Forbes, a sophomore, 6'2", 205. Curtis Black, a senior, 6'0", 210. Alex Taylor, a senior, 6'0", 183. And Frank Kalo, a senior, 6'1", 195.
R.J. Pikus in the game for the Hilltoppers. He'll line up here on the near side of the field. Davis is the fullback behind Beninati, who's in the gun. Hawkins is to his left. Hard count. In motion, Joe Connick. The give is to Davis, and he's stopped at the line of scrimmage, so it'll be third down and about 8 for the Hilltoppers. 9:35 and counting here, first quarter.
Jamie, you look at what Chardon did last week and that 21-13 loss to Riverside, and it was a game where T.J. Beninati was 7 of 9 officially for 67 yards and 1 interception, but I think the key was he hit 4 different receivers in that game. 3rd and
7. We'll see how much he throws tonight. The give is to Hawkins. On the far side, he's got a first down. Right across the 50 to the 45 into Prepper territory, and a good run on 3rd and 7.
Now, we've seen Hawkins run the ball before, and of course Riley, no stranger to taking a handoff. He has rushed for 370 yards, averages about 8 yards a carry. Yeah,
he's a big play guy, and that's one of the things Chardon wants to do tonight. Talking to Don Novacek, who's the quarterback's coach, and Frank Hall, offensive coordinator, both guys want to see Chardon offensively do what they did in the beginning of the season with the big plays.
And I think part of that, Jamie, just comes down to they need guys to get healthy.
1st and 10. Hawkins in motion. Here's the scissors. It's Joe Connick up the middle, and he's stopped after a gain of about 3 yards. He's down to the 41-yard line. And now Matt Bolden, the junior fullback, will come into the game and relieve Davis.
Yeah, Bolden is going to be playing more of that relief role tonight when Davis needs to be spelled. We saw Bolden, well, you heard Bolden, I should say. Last week we had GTV audio only from Riverside, and Bolden took a big shot in the game, went out, and he just could not come back in. But, you know, Roger Davis last week, you know, did a good job.
Second down and 5. Beninati from the gun, hard count. He's going to keep it around the left side. After the fake, he busts through the linebackers into the secondary, and another Chardon first down, this one to the University 34.
And once again, Filey, the man to bring him down. Jamie Chardon having some success moving the ball. We talked to U.S. head coach Jim Stevens prior to the game, and he was really worried about this Chardon offense, folks. He said he has a very young and inexperienced team.
Back at it, Beninati again. He's been the quarterback ever since Sullivan took the game's first snap. Fake to Connick, he keeps it up the middle, and he's got a good gain down to the 26-yard line. That's where he'll be stopped.
Now rain continues to fall. Beninati last week, by the way, 30 carries, 225 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a fumble.
2nd down 2 after the Beninati 8-yard gain. Would like to say hello to Greg Noble out on Canfield Drive right behind the high school here listening to us live. 2nd down, Beninati from the gun. Goes ahead and gives it left side and breaking tackles. That's Bolden inside the 15. Clock will continue to run now. 7:07 left in the first quarter, and it is a 1st down again for the Hilltoppers.
Move those chains. And Jamie, I really like what I'm seeing right now from the Chardon offense. The line is playing well, and this is a Chardon offense that has right now some urgency in them. It's something we have not seen the last 2 weeks until sometime in the second half, but to come out of the gate like this, it's what they need to do each and every week from here on out.
1st down and 10 in motion, and there's a scissor play, and he's tripped up. That is number 29, I think. No, 25. That's Hawkins, who's going to go back in the backfield for a loss on the play to the 20-yard line. And it'll be 2nd down and 15 for Chardon.
Well, that scissor play has worked so many times before this year, Jamie. They'll be working again that time. Just give U.S. credit for snuffing it out.
Bolden, Davis, and Hawkins in the game. Joe Guara, number 47, is the split end, far side of the field. And the give is to Hawkins, who is breaking tackles and gets into the secondary. Good positive yards there. Looks like he's out to about the 13-yard line. So it'll be 3rd down and short. Well, actually, it'll be about 3rd down, and it looks like about 6.
Well, this team will need those kinds of runs from Riley Hawkins. He didn't play he didn't get a carry last year against U.S. in that 38-35 loss, a game where Chardon put up 28 unanswered in the 4th quarter, but still fell by a field goal.
3rd down, 5:34 and counting. Fakes one way, counter play. Davis has the 1st down on his feet into the end zone. A touchdown from 12 yards out, the senior Roger Davis.
And for Roger Davis, that is touchdown number 3 on the year. Was coming in averaging 4 yards a game, or a gain, 4 yards a carry. But that time, he picked up 12 and the 6 points.
5:27 in the first quarter. Coming on for the extra point is number 14, Bobby Bukovic. Muddle huddle for the Hilltoppers. Now they're set in a traditional way. Bad snap, it's low, but Bukovic's kick is up and good. Nice job by Drew Gittens, the junior, to put that one down for Bukovic. And with 5:27 left here in the first quarter, the Hilltoppers lead 7-0.
Jamie, this is a great time to mention that our Cablecast is funded by your cable subscriber franchise fees, and we'd like to extend thanks to all the GTV funding communities, including those not funding this contest, for their year-round support. Our funding communities include Burton Village, Chardon Township, the City of Chardon, Hamden Township, Middlefield Village, and Munson Township. As always, we really do appreciate you supporting GTV, and thank you for your viewership. As always, your response has just been tremendous.
The Kenston Bombers get on the scoreboard first with a 3-yard run by quarterback Darrell Richards. They lead West Geauga 7-0 in other Geauga County action. And Matt, you mentioned Burton and Middlefield. Of course, next week, week 10, the Cardinal at Berkshire rivalry game, one of the best games we do every year here on GTV, the Battle of Route 87, Kinsman Road. Winner will also get the Kinsman Cup.
Absolutely. In that game, a lot of local bragging rights available.
Luke Vadis is one of the preppers back to receive this kickoff. We'll probably talk a lot about the senior who's a 3-year letter winner. And it looks like Kevin Smith, the team's starting running back, is back with him. The ball is at the 40. Bukovic approaches it and sends a line drive kick, a squib kick on the ground, picked up at the 30 by number 80, James Forbes, and he's run out of bounds at the 37-yard line, and that's where the University offense will take over.
Absolutely, Jamie. University offense will be led by quarterback number 10, John Gannon, a junior, 6'4", 182. We will only see one running back tonight for U.S., and that'll be number 24, Kevin Smith, a senior, 5'8", 190. The wide receivers starting will be number 2, Ethan Barnum, Number 12, Curtis Black. Number 7, Luke Vadas, the senior, 6'2", 180. And then number 80, James Forbes, the sophomore, 6'2", 205.
John Gannon has 4 wide receivers all lined up as he takes it from the shotgun. They'll throw it a lot. It's over the middle, and it's complete to Curtis Black as he picks up big yards down to the Chardon. That looks like 32-yard line.
And Riley Hawkins was the only player separating him and a touchdown. Hawkins was dragged along for a couple of yards, Jamie, but managed to bring him down. The rest of the starting lineup for the Preppers on the offensive line is John Altons, a senior, 6'1", 208. Costas Parrish, the junior, 6'2", 265. Anson Holland, a senior, 5'10", 215. Jay Bullock and Hunter Wasser.
First down and 10. Now the give is to Kevin Smith, who runs into the line. He does have forward progress of about 3 yards, and that's where he stopped at the Chardon 30.
For the Hilltopper defense, and this is a defense with a little bit of a different look now, Jamie. A lot of the reason is because of injuries. But the starters up front will be Jared Urchek, the senior, 6'3", 215. Marty Kepler, the junior, 6'2", 240. Nick Rizzo, the senior, 5'10", 225. And, Joey Forder, the junior, 6'6", 200.
Clock is running. It's second down and 8. Gannon gets the snap, turns and throws it here near side. Pass is complete, and staying on his feet down to the 20-yard line is Luke Vadas, number 7, a standout.
Jamie, that play was set up when the other receiver in the area, James Forbes, made an excellent block. I think the block was on Cantan Zaridi and allowed the receiver to pick up that first down. Linebackers tonight for your Hilltoppers. Jack Lemaster, senior, 6'1", 190. Joe Malone, a sophomore, 6'0", 178.
First down and 10 again. 3:53 and counting. The give is to Smith, and he is stopped in the backfield for a loss. Great job on the tackle by Lemaster, number 41.
Well, Jack Lemaster, we talked with him a couple weeks back, and he thought that the defense has played good at times, but needed to step up and make some bigger plays. And right there, that's a senior coming through with his own word and bringing the ball carrier down behind the line of scrimmage for a big loss.
Second down and 13. Again, 4 wide receivers set. It's Forbes, Black, Barham, and Vadas. Gannon, again, a quick throw. Wide receiver screen to Vadas, this time on the far side. Makes one guy miss and goes out of bounds. He's got about 8 yards on the play.
Jamie, I want to finish talking about the Chardon defense. The other linebacker will be 38, R.J. Pikus, the senior, 5'10", 181. Secondary, number 25, Riley Hawkins, the senior, 6'1", 188. We'll also be seeing Patrick Sullivan starting at free safety, the sophomore, 5'11", 150. Of course, Anthony Cantanzariti, the senior, 5'8", 145. And Joe Connick, the other safety, a junior, 5'8", 160. This is a good time to remind everyone about the spaghetti dinner that is coming up, Jamie.
We have a break in the action. There is an injured university prepper over on the far side of the field.
And there's a spaghetti dinner for education that will be October 22nd, 2012 at 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. at Cabanas Chardon. That is 12919 Mayfield Road. Once again, 12919 Mayfield Road, Chardon. And then the phone number, if you'd like to call, 440-286-9966. The menu will include spaghetti and meatballs, salad bread, and there is all non-alcoholic and alcoholic beverages available at the cash bar. So if you'd like a drink, you have to pay for it, but the spaghetti dinner itself is there. We also have, if you'd like to dine in, you can do that, or you can even take it out. Adults $10, children 3 to 9, 6, and children 2 and younger free.
3rd and 13. Now the crowd is up on their feet. 3rd and 5, I'm sorry. Preppers on the shotgun, the throw off of the fingertips of the intended receiver, Black, and it'll bring up 4th down and an early decision for the head coach.
A great tight coverage by Cantans, Jamie. The senior was just right there making that a tough play.
And they're going to bring out the kicking team. It's number 4, Ryder Bell, who is a sophomore kicker. And this is going to be what is about a 34-yard attempt. He does have the wind at his back, but it is raining. Good snap, good hold, and a good kick up, and it splits the uprights. My, Ryder Bell really drove that one home. And here at the varsity level, you don't always see kickers like that.
No, the one thing that U.S. has always had, though, Jamie, is a pretty good kicking staff. And, of course, they have a great soccer team that they will draw from year in, year out for their football team. Bell coming into this game was 2 of 3 for field goals and had made a long of 37. And he is 17 of 19, by the way, on extra points.
Well, there's 3 minutes left in the first quarter. We are here again at Memorial Field, senior night. The Hilltoppers, losers in week 8 to Riverside. It was a surprising result. I think it surprised a lot of the fans who had expected, given the Beavers' generally weak schedule and what a role Chardon had been on, to lose that game. Sort of, I don't want to say put doubt into this Hilltopper team, Matt, but I think it was a wake-up call.
Well, if the Geneva game wasn't a wake-up call, the Riverside game certainly was, and it showed them that you have to come out and you have to play all aspects of the game for 4 quarters.
Connick and Hawkins back deep for the Hilltoppers as it's a good kick by Bell. Fielding it is Hawkins in the end zone. That's a touchback. So 2:57.
Jamie,
first quarter.
You look at that game, and it was a game where really Chardon offensively had a good game. I mean, they ran for 298 yards, passed for 67. That's a total of 365. And really, Riverside was held to 44 yards passing, 183 yards rushing, and 227 total yards.
Hilltopper offense.
Just a lot of turnovers at inopportune times.
Back on the field, it is Beninati as the quarterback. Hawkins is in motion, and the give is to Riley Hawkins running on the far side, and he gets a gain of about 13.
Boy,
Looked like he was running right with the quarterback there.
Yeah, I actually kind of lost him in that pack from our view, from our vantage point, Jamie. But a great run by Hawkins, and you know that offensive line opened up a nice hole for him. And you just kind of saw him making a good cut, was patient, and picked up a big first down of 13 yards.
Ball is at the 33-yard line. Now Beninati's under center. He's got Davis and Hawkins and Bolden in the game. And the give is going to be Beninati. He keeps it, and he's got another strong carry across the 40 to the 41. Number 16, Alex Taylor, the senior, on the tackle.
Well, Jamie, have an update. This is a CVC score, but nonetheless, homecoming tonight at Wycliffe, and the Blue Devils trailed the Perry Pirates, their arch enemies, 7-0 midway through the first quarter.
Second down and 3. Hawkins in motion. Bolden is the fullback, and he takes the ball straight ahead for a first down to the Chardon 45-yard line. So clock will stop with 1:51 as they reset the chains.
We looked at Chardon's last game, Jamie, and a university. They had, well, what should have been on paper just a blowout, but boy, North, the Rangers, took U.S. down to the wire, 24-23. And it was a bad 2-point conversion that cost North that game.
First down and 10. Hawkins in motion. Beninati takes the snap. Again, it's Bolden straight up the middle, and he will be stopped after a gain of about 4 yards. So Bolden getting the tough yards up the middle. The junior has been very good this year for Chardon. Comes in as the second leading rusher behind the senior quarterback, TJ Beninati. And really, Matt Bolden really came on at about week 3 and on. Had a big game against Maple Heights. Under a minute now, first quarter. Drew Gittens is in the game as a split end here on the near side. He's the backup quarterback with Sullivan. The give is to Davis, running here on the near side of the field, stopped just short of the first down. So it'll be third and about 1 yard.
James Forbes made a great tackle, took out his legs.
R.J. Pikus, the senior, bringing in the play. Of course, Frank Hall is the offensive coordinator for the Hilltoppers, who are coached by Mitch Hewitt, a 1999 Chardon grad. Beninati on third and very short. Fakes the give to Bolden up the middle, and he's strung out and will lose a yard.
Jamie, and that's what Chardon was having a tough time with last week against Riverside, was plays being strung out and just not attacking straight ahead. And you like to see on 4th and 1 just to be aggressive and goes up the gut.
Well, it is 4th down and the whistle, and we have a timeout. Oh, no, I'm sorry. The first quarter is over. So 1 quarter in the book, and the Hilltoppers lead 7-3. They'll have a 4th and 2 upcoming. One other score to update you on, and that's your Cardinal Huskies, who are tied right now with the Hawken Hawks 7-7. Huskies still trying to fight and maybe reach the playoffs.
Have an update from NDCL. The Lions ahead 7-0, and that's early in the first quarter in that ball game. That is being played against Padua at Serpentini Field, because Padua's field is just trashed right now, just sheer mud.
Well, Mitch Hewitt just talking to his team.
Wow.
Again.
This just in. Riverside had Kareem Hunt thrown back for a 3-yard loss on 4th and inches from their goal line. They stuffed Hunt. First time this year he's been stuffed on the goal line.
Wow.
Riverside takes over. That's a game for first place in the pack.
Well, here we go. It's 4th down and 2. Wing T formation. Beninati gives it to Bolden, who has a first down. He got about 4. Great job, and we saw Chardon doing this, Matt, particularly early in the season. Even on 4th and 2, they have the confidence to run that fullback dive right at the defense.
They are, and that time, you look at the smarts of Matt Bolden. He knew he could not let his knees touch. He was not at the first down marker. He used his arms to keep him off the turf, Jamie, and managed to squirt forward for an extra yard for the first down.
Beninati in the gun. He fakes it to Davis, keeps it straight up the middle, and he's got about 5 yards, and he's stopped right at the pile and at the line. So Volk comes in with the play. 11:22 and counting, second quarter. Jamie Ward, Matt Jaworski. Again, if you're listening live at home, good idea. The driving rain here at Memorial Field and gusting breeze makes for not great spectator conditions. In motion is Hawkins, and he is the ball carrier here on the near side, breaks through and has a first down to the 32-yard line is where they're going to spot it. So that's the University 32.
Hawkins had to be careful. Curtis Black came in, tried to strip the ball as Hawkins was bursting by him, but he managed. Hawkins is strong enough, Jamie, where it's going to take more than just kind of a little nudge on the football to rip it out. But they're trying to do that right now with these Hilltoppers running the football, cause a fumble.
Again, traditional wing tee with Andrew Gray in as the tight end. Again, it's Hawkins in motion. The give is to Bolden, who runs into his own teammate. That was Sam Wilkes, the center, driven back. But Bolden is going forward, and he has 5 yards. And for the first time, we see Alex Muir, who was not a starter today, is battling injury, also wasn't permitted to play in the first quarter. So Alex, now the senior on senior night, into the game.
Well, another update on that Riverside South game. Well, Riverside was tied, but a safety occurred, so Rebels 2-0.
Second down and 6. Beninati again from the pistol. He's got Bolden behind him. Muir is in motion, and Alex has the carry. On the far side, everybody fooled, and he's got a first down. Nice job. Yeah. People were following Beninati there.
They absolutely did. And of course, Beninati's the engine of this offense, but you can't forget about guys like Alex Muir. And Muir, that time, it was between him and the end zone, or excuse me, James Forrest was standing between him and the end zone. And, for Muir, he made a good decision. He's a little bit dinged up. You don't want to take too much contact right now if you don't have to. You just go out of bounds and hold on to the football and let the drive continue.
Hilltoppers are at the University 22. Clock is stopped. The fake. Beninati keeps it up the middle. He takes a hard hit. He was propelled up in the air for a moment. He does have 3 yards. Clock at 9:51 and counting. Well, again, Chardon on top, 7-3. And stay tuned for our halftime show. I hear we have a Halloween theme for the Chardon
Spooky
marching band. So that should be fun. 9:28 now and counting. Again, in motion. The give is to Muir, who's running around here on the near side across the 15 to the 14. He's about a yard shy of the first down. So it's another 3rd and short.
Did you notice how he fell down? I love it when running backs will fall down backwards. Your body will not really allow you to, go fall down forward the way that your knees work. They don't bend that way. So if you can turn around and fall down backwards, you actually can gain an extra yard or two. A good job knowing how to fall down and picking up an extra couple yards on the fall.
3rd down and 1. Beninati, the quarterback, is under center. Classic wing tee behind him. The T-bone. He fakes the give on the dive, and now he's headed to the end zone on the far side. He's brought down. He does have a first down, and he's brought down at the 6-yard line. He had one guy to beat.
Well, and he couldn't beat the outside linebacker, Barnum, who is one of the leaders on this U.S. team. Of course, Barnum, I think, one of the fastest players for U.S.
Well, the Hilltoppers here on their second offensive drive using the clock to their advantage, and so far, the Prepper defense unable to stop anything that Frank Hall's offense has put out there right now. Beninati is again the quarterback, and now he's from the pistol. He's got Davis to his right, Muir to the left, Bolden behind him. Muir's in motion. He's the ball carrier here near side, looking for the corner. Alex Muir is down to the 2, and he is just shy of the goal line.
Boy, a great run, and what an angle by Muir, Jamie. He knew where the pylon was and was going straight towards it. Just ran out of room. U.S. just got to him.
Ball is at the 1-yard line. 2nd down and goal.
Riley Hawkins, by the way, Jamie, checking in on this play. We're also going to see Jan to bring the play in as well.
Well, the student section, the Chardon Crazies, are in the north end zone below the scoreboard. They're in all black today.
If you can see their shirts, it says, "Save Our Schools."
Bolden is in motion. It's a high snap. Beninati keeps it, breaks one tackle, and then he goes back for a long loss of about 4.
The blitz was coming, and unfortunately, it burned Chardon right there. Barnum once again was in there, and I think I saw James Forbes in there as well.
So it's now 3rd down and goal from the 6-yard line. R.J. Pikus brings in the play. It is Bolden as the fullback.
Jamie, this team is just so dangerous when it's short yardage situations, when you have to back them up to a 3rd and 6. It's a little bit tougher.
Beninati is from the goal line. He fakes it, or he's from the shotgun. He will be stopped short. In fact, he's well short. And so now on 4th and goal, the Hilltoppers have a decision to make. Matt, this is a team that tends to go for it on 4th down, but you got to think that this is a chip shot for Bukovic.
It should be, but
they're going to
go. Chardon will go for it. And Jamie, what concerns me right now is Ethan Barnum, the junior, 6'2", 220, the outside linebacker, is just running unabated into the backfield. Chardon's got to have an answer for him. They have to bring somebody up to block him.
Well, here is a big play. 6:09 and counting. It's 4th down and goal from the 4-yard line. The quarterback, Beninati, in the gun. Muir's in motion. He's the ball carrier, running up the middle for a touchdown.
Of course, when you're on that kind of play, you don't have to worry about the ball carrier being tackled in the backfield. Alex Muir knew what to do, and he just did it. Took the handoff. A nice big hole by the offensive line, and that's 6 points for your Toppers.
4th down and goal. Coach Hewitt doesn't even hesitate. Boy, has this been a bold team here in 2012. Bukovic in to attempt the extra point 6 minutes before halftime. Good snap, and the kick is up and good. So 14-3 is your score, 6 minutes.
Jamie, while we have a pause in the action, we can update you on other scores from around northeastern Ohio. Lake Catholic is up in the second quarter, 7-0 over Walsh Jesuit. I saw a Kenston score as well, 7-0 Kenston.
No, that game is tied at 7. Dominic
Okay.
Varga scored for the Wolverines. So that's a big game when you consider what Kenston is doing right now.
Well, Kareem Hunt got on the scoreboard finally, 13 carries, 99 yards, and has 2 quick touchdowns. It's now 16-0 South.
Well,
You sneeze and the kid scores.
Yeah, no question about that. We saw that here on GTV. You heard that, in fact, as he had a phenomenal second half that cost the Chardon that game.
Jamie would once again like to remind everyone about Monday night, October 22nd. It's that spaghetti dinner from Cabanas. If you have any questions, you can call Karina Connick at 440-724-6896 or Michelle Varenko at 216-470-6292. Adult $10, children 3 to 9, 6, children 2 and under free at Cabanas.
Bukovec's kick in the air. It'll be fielded by Kevin Smith here on the near side across the 20 to the 25, and he's pushed out of bounds at the 26. And if you're following in the Berkshire Badgers, they lead Newberry 14-7. That game being played at Burton. Here with 5:54 before halftime, the Hilltoppers on top of University 14-3. Would like to say hello to my wife Sandy, who's at home listening.
Oh, I'd like to say hello to her too. I haven't seen her in a while.
She's our biggest fan, Matt.
Oh, we appreciate that. Jamie, John Gannon, the starting quarterback today, comes in on this year 74 for 147, just shy of 1,000 yards passing, 8 touchdowns, but 10 picks.
He's from the gun, and there's a false start. I think that would have been Smith, the running back, leaning forward.
This is a U.S. team that on occasion turns the ball over, and boy, it would be huge if Chardon could come up with a turnover right here in this rain, and it's a constant rain.
Well, Muir is back in the game at safety, so Alex and now Connick are your safeties with Cantans and Hawkins, the 4 defensive backs. It's probably only a matter of time before University airs one down the field.
Well, the guy that they would most likely go to is Luke Vadas, 58 receptions, 800 yards, and 8 touchdowns.
Gannon from the gun. The throw is almost intercepted. It's off of the hands of Forbes, and then diving forward was Hawkins, who, if you remember, man, had a couple of key interceptions in the first week of the season, that game we had here on GTV against West Geauga. Cantans has really provided some great coverage over on the far side of the field as well.
He absolutely has. And if you look at Cantan's stats, 28 tackles, 3 picks, and 3 pass breakups.
Great job. Well, here we go. 2nd down, 15. Again, Gannon is from the gun. High snap, he gives it to Smith, who's running on the far side, being strung out. He gets to the line of scrimmage, out of bounds, not much for the senior ball carrier there. Good job by containment, especially Joey Fodor.
Well, I thought Fodor may have been held. Tough to see from our vantage point, but
well, he's another Hilltopper that was has been shaken up this season and missed action.
He has. We saw him back last week in that game, and he did make a difference on the defensive line.
Clock is stopped. 5:41. It's 3rd down and about 12. And now some of these Hilltopper fans standing up. A lot of people also, though, under umbrellas. Gannon from the gun. He looked at like he was going to maybe option it. Now he throws deep over the middle of the field, and it's caught by Black. 1st down, a big gain of 25 plus.
Everybody take a breath. Cantans fell down. The receiver just trips over Cantans, who's on the ground. Not the best tackle, but we'll take it.
Fingertip catch by Black. Great ball by Gannon, and we had mentioned it was only a matter of time before University tried the big strike.
No, and you mentioned
clock should be running. It's not. With at 5:34.
Curtis Black, that's his 18th reception of the year, but has only...
Gannon is back to throw. It's over the head of Black and almost picked off. It fell right into the hands of Hawkins, and I think he was surprised by that.
Well, he was, Jamie, and I think the other issue is I think he may have slid a little bit more than he wanted to. This surface is getting kind of slick now, and sometimes if you're not prepared to slide a little bit, your hands might have hit the ground and even ejected that ball out from his hands, too.
So 2nd down and 10. Now the wind again picking up. The rain that's falling is not a driving rain, it's just more of a mist, a continual mist. And it really, we haven't seen that weather. It hasn't appeared to affect the game so far.
It's just annoying more than anything else.
2nd down, Gannon, pump fakes. Now he's going to keep it, and he's sacked in the backfield.
You named the defensive lineman that brought him down, because it was pretty much the whole line. I mean, boy, you see Fodor in there, you see Max Menko in there as well. I saw Urchek, and I think I even saw Marty Kepler in there too. They kind of all circled around him.
3-yard loss on the play. 3rd down and 13. And again, the Hilltopper bench turning to the stands and asking for some noise. I hear some cowbell also out there.
Never have enough cowbell.
3rd down for Gannon. He's shouting. He's from the gun. He's rolling here to his left. He's throwing to the sidelines, and it's over the head, incomplete.
He had to get that away mighty quick. Jared Urchek was coming from his blind side, but I think he might have saw Urchek out of the corner of his eye. And that's the kind of play you want to see from Jared Urchek, Jamie, getting in there and forcing the pass to be thrown early and disrupting the timing.
4th down, 13, the Preppers with their punt team out. Number 74, Hunter Wasser, the senior defensive lineman, is the punter. And he gets a high kick, far side, a good kick. Joe Connick fields it at the 12, and now he's going to bring it out across the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Wasser, by the way, just keep this in mind, folks, has a dangerous punting leg, a long of 68 this year.
Wow. You know, it's funny, Matt, because Tyler Hunter, his brother is Tyler. Hunter, 6'3", 230.
He doesn't look like a punter, does he?
No, he doesn't. But does a great job. And now he's back out on the field as the defensive end on the far side.
Jamie, coming into this game, Chardon enters with a 6-2 record, 3-2 in the pack.
Beninati is from the gun on 1st and 10. There's 2 split ends here on the near side. In motion is Muir. No, I'm sorry, that's Bolden. He breaks through across the 40 to the 45. He cuts it back, and he's still going. Switching the ball 30, 25, and dragged down on a huge gain for the junior.
Alex Taylor was the prepper that saved the touchdown right there, forced the running back to cut to the other side of the field. But that was a huge play, and that's the kind of play that Chardon's been missing the last couple of weeks, Jamie.
You're exactly right. Clock will run again. 4:20 here before halftime. Ball is at the University 25-yard line. Janda brings the play in, and he's the split end here on the near side. Bolden still in the game behind Beninati. I think Muir also. And now in motion coming is Davis. The fake is to Davis, and Beninati keeps it, and he's got about 4 yards. That'll let the clock continue to run.
And the Hilltoppers will gladly let that clock run, Jamie. As I mentioned, Chardon's record 6-2 and 3-2 in the pack. US 4-4, 3-2 in the pack, and this is a game for US that's a must-win too. Right now, the Preppers sit 15th in Division III, Region 9.
3:30 now and counting. Beninati on 2nd down and 7. Muir is the ball carrier. No, it's Beninati who fakes it to Muir, goes again straight ahead, and he's got about 4 more. So it'll be 3rd down and short. After the big run by Bolden, Hilltoppers now doing a nice job of using the clock.
Remember, too, Chardon will be kicking off to start the 3rd quarter. So I'm sure Coach Hewitt really doesn't want to give Gannon and company a lot of chances at the end of this quarter should they score too early.
3 minutes now, under 3 minutes. 3rd down and 3 from the 17. The give is to Muir. Coming here on the near side. He's across the 10 and out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
Of course, you can just almost score like that.
Alex Muir has really looked good tonight.
He has, and Muir isn't a guy that gets too many carries. 41 carries entering tonight, a 7.7 average, just 2 touchdowns, and tallied 316 total yards on the ground.
Ball is at the 5. Clock is stopped. It's 1st down and goal for the Hilltoppers in the wing tee with Bolden directly behind Beninati. Davis off to the left and Muir. The give is to Bolden, straight ahead, staying on his feet, second effort, in for the score.
Well, Chardon upping the lead on that 5-yard touchdown run. And this is what this city needs. It's what this football team needs, Jamie, because tonight is one of those games that Chardon's going to say, hey, you can't count us off of potentially hosting a game. We want to host.
Bukovic in for the extra point. Gittins is the holder.
Bukovic has had a little bit of trouble with this wind behind him.
Good snap. Bukovic goes and kicks it through. So an easy one for the junior. And with that, it's 21-3 Chardon Hilltoppers. They have scored on all 3 of their offensive possessions, and I think it's a little surprising considering that they started with the ball that they've only had 3 offensive possessions.
Jamie, it is, but nonetheless, you take it if you're a Chardon, scoring on all your possessions. Would like to congratulate the girls soccer team for their 5-0 sectional win over Lakeside this past Monday, and special congrats on their 3-0 win over Cleveland Heights on Thursday night to earn the sectional championship. So the girls soccer team, of course, we covered their final home game here senior night when they downed the Lady Redmen from Parma. And the team's going to be traveling to Mayfield on Tuesday, October 23rd for a 7 p.m. showdown in the district semifinals. No word yet on who they're going to be playing. I believe that game will be played tomorrow. They'll find out who they're playing.
Well, Sarah Newmore does a great job with the girls soccer program.
I also would like to mention that the souvenir footballs tossed into the stands following Hilltopper touchdowns are courtesy of Bulldog Battery. So Bulldog giving away a lot of footballs tonight with 3 touchdowns already.
Bobby Bukovic approaches the football. It's at the 40 with 2:45. Now the secondary will have to step up for the Hilltoppers because we do know Gannon has a good arm at quarterback. Again, it's been raining the entire first half here at Memorial Field. The kick is in the air here near side. It's fielded at the 17, and then Smith coming across the 40 to the 50, 45, still on his feet. He's got one topper to beat, and he does. A touchdown for University. My.
82 yards on the return by Smith. And just like that, U.S. is right back in this game. Hilltoppers had a chance to, put their foots right down in the throat of U.S. and kind of put this game out of reach heading in the locker room. But, boy, a return like that, Jamie, just changes everything right now.
It took just 14 seconds for the senior Kevin Smith to get all the way down the field, and that is exactly what the Preppers needed.
That is the first kickoff return against Chardon this year. The PAT, plenty good.
So it's now 21-10. Hilltoppers do lead with 2:31 left here before halftime.
Jamie, earlier I mentioned the Chardon Crazies have on black shirts that read, "Save Our Schools." And that kind of segments me to this next topic. Thursday, November 1st is the last question and answer session, and something different is going to be occurring. We're going to try something different. Volunteers from the Levy campaign and members of the Chardon Local School District Administration will be at City Hall for a live call-in show. So residents can get their questions answered without leaving home. If you don't want to travel out in weather like this, can't blame it, but you can call in. GTV will run the question and answer show live at 7 p.m. on Channel 22, and callers will be able to phone in and ask questions about the school levy. So stay tuned for more details about this event, which is obviously very important to the Chardon School District in the city of Chardon.
Yes, November 6th is Election Day.
Of course, there's still time if you aren't able to get out there on Election Day to register to vote absentee and be able to do that. You have a couple of weeks left, but not much time.
Early voting, which is technically called absentee, but you can just go into the Board of Elections.
Let me tell you, having volunteered at the Lake County Board, it's much easier for your BOE if you can get it in earlier than later.
There is a kick, and it's coming up, and it's being fielded by Hawkins, who goes across the 20 and then across the 30. He's still on his feet. Now he breaks it to the 45, and he's out of bounds across the 50 to the 48-yard line.
Well, Jamie, one big return deserves another.
2:21 left, and now the Hilltopper offense will come out, and Chardon does have 3 timeouts to work with.
No, they do, and this is what you want to see if you're Chardon. Some good field position with about 2.5 minutes to play. Update from Fairport Harbor, Ryan Greenwood, a 24-yard touchdown run. It's now 21-6 Fairport Harbor.
Beninati from the gun on first down. In motion is Muir. He's the ball carrier here near side across the 45, 40, still on his feet, and he's gone. Alex Muir takes it in, 48 yards for the Hilltopper touchdown.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. 48 yards, Jamie. It's been one haymaker after another the last 3 plays, really the last 4 plays.
You're absolutely right, and so it takes the Hilltoppers one offensive play after the big return by Riley Hawkins, and they have 27 points, and Bobby Bukovic looks to make it 28.
That's Muir's second touchdown of the game.
And there is the extra point, and it is good. And so now with 2:12 before halftime, you're right, Matt. This has turned into a slugfest.
Which you don't expect for Chardon to get into a slugfest when you keep it on the ground like there, but the Chardon offense right now cannot be stopped. Hey, would like to mention this because we know it's going to happen, folks. If the Hilltoppers make the playoffs, GTV would love to cover the games, but our budget does not permit any coverage of any playoffs for any of the sports. So the Hilltopper Gridiron Club is heading up the effort to get underwriting for GTV coverage. Any business, family, or individual can help and get your company, family, or individual name included in the telecast. There are opportunities for all. Contact Kevin Googe, that's kgooge at roadrunner.com, if you want to be a part of Hilltopper football history. It's don't want to jinx anything, but up 28-10. Things are looking good right now for Chardon to be able to be playing in Week 11. We ask you to help underwrite Toppers in the playoffs on GTV. And once again, contact Kevin Googe, kgooge, that is KGOODGE, at roadrunner.com.
Well, now Kevin Smith, number 24, is on the far side of the field, so they've moved him, University. And now here on the near side is Luke Vadas, who is just as dangerous. We'll see what Bukovic elects to do.
Well, if I'm Bukovic, I'm going to go with a little squib here. Do not give him the chance.
That's what it is, but it's too hard. It goes right into the hands of Smith, and here he comes. 25-30, and he's on his feet down to the 32-yard line. So a nice job there by Chardon Special Teams.
Now the Chardon defense now will have to step up and make some plays. Of course, the Chardon defense is posting a shutout tonight. They've not allowed any points. It's been the special teams that's allowed all 10 points.
Well, I guess the field goal.
The field goal. I consider that special.
You're going to consider that special? Okay. They'll take that.
By the way, I don't know if you can see it. The band is lining up for their spectacular Halloween blowout.
That's going to be fun. Stay here for that. 1st and 10, Gannon pump fakes. Now he throws, and it's short. It's incomplete. Pass intended for Frank Kalo, the senior, number 26.
Jamie, as this rain continues and as the wind picks up, U.S. is throwing right into the wind. It's going to hamper them a little bit.
Yeah, you're right. Well, there's 2 minutes, 2 seconds left here before halftime. Chardon on top, 28-10. Jamie Ward with Matt Jaworski. Glad that you're joining us here on GTV. We're bringing you Chardon Hilltopper football. Gannon from the gun. Looks to the far side, throws, it's complete, and that pass is caught by Kalo, and he is forced out of bounds, but his forward progress was stopped, and the clock will continue to run. 1:52 and counting on the 6-yard gain.
Cantan's a nice job to wrap him up and not allow him to gain any more yards. And right now, Chardon's biggest friend is the clock, and 40 and counting.
University has all 3 timeouts, not electing to use one here. 1:35 and counting. It's 3rd down and 4. Gannon has Smith to his left, and you can hear the noise here at Memorial Field. Gannon looking, throwing. It's complete to Vetus. He's got a 1st down. The clock will stop on the 1st down, and it's to the 45-yard line. University 45.
Well, Vetus, a good, solid catch. And once again, he's the guy that they love to throw to, hands down. Clock will start again. The officials on top of it. And U.S., I'm surprised, Jamie, not in a no huddle. They're huddling up and wasting. They just burned 10 seconds easy right there.
More than that. Still running. Gannon from the gun. Again, 4 wide with Smith to his left. The Hilltoppers are going to rush 3, and here comes a blitz. Gannon goes down. He's sacked. He did lunge, get close to the line, and now the Preppers will use a timeout with 56 seconds before half.
That was the first timeout taken by either team in this contest.
Just got a tweet sent out by the Chardon Hilltoppers girls soccer coach Sarah Newmore, who asks, Matt, what's a prepper?
Well, there's a politically correct answer and my answer.
This is Ask Matt Jaworski.
So we're going to go to my answer. They consider U.S. to be a preparatory school. So a college prep, if you will, not necessarily a high school, but a college preparatory school. So they consider themselves the preparatories, and it's just been shortened down to preppers over the years. So it's not really they don't have a logo, they don't have a mascot. Well, they kind of do. It's a kid wearing a dress like khakis and a belt and a white shirt and tie.
Sharp.
Yes, and sometimes he wears a jacket. What you call it, maroon or burgundy is their school color?
Maroon and black are the official colors.
It's a maroon jacket.
And they, of course, are out. They're wearing all white uniforms, both the jerseys and their pants. Should have mentioned that before. And they've got maroon helmets with nothing on them. 2nd down and 11. Crowd making some noise. Gannon from the gun. Here comes LeMaster. He avoids him, and now he's going to keep it across the 50, 45-40, and falls forward to the 37. It's a 1st down, a big play. Clock stopped with 48 seconds, and the Preppers are going with a no huddle.
Jamie, I had flashes of that Max Brubaker run last week, which set up a screenplay for Riverside that allowed Marcus Jones to score, and I think it was a 22-yard touchdown run.
1st and 10. Gannon dropping back. He's going to look deep, far side, and there's some collision, and 2 flags are going to be thrown. It was Joe it's Cantanzarini over there, number 24, and I think he's frustrated because this could be defensive pass interference.
Him and Curtis Black got into each other. Black wasn't looking. Cantans actually turned himself into the receiver at that point. Wow. I think this could be against U.S.
It is not. It is. It goes against Cantans, and so that's a 15-yard penalty, automatic 1st down. And now the Preppers are moving the football down the field again late. 37 seconds to go before halftime.
Chardon right now up 18, 28-10, Jamie. And U.S. still has 2 timeouts left to go. They need to go 22 yards for the end zone. That's just forever in their world if this spread offense.
Trips on the far side of the field to Gannon's right. He takes the shotgun. He looks in that direction. The pass is to Vetus. He's only about 4 yards on the gain, and the clock's going to run, and now they'll take a timeout with 29 seconds.
Now, once again, it doesn't hurt to talk about Luke Vetus. 58 receptions on the year. Just pausing. That's tremendous. 58 receptions, 804 yards, and 8 touchdowns. He is one of 2 receivers to score touchdowns. It's between him and James Forbes, and Forbes only has 1.
Well,
Jamie, we mentioned Twitter.
Yes.
And a good time to bring this up. If you want to follow GTV on Twitter, the handle is GTV Replays. Go there, check it out, because that's where all the updates come from, other important information, other important news. GTV Replays, the Twitter handle. And, of course, if you want the information emailed to you, you can go to our website, jogatv.org, and sign up, because when we set our schedule, you'll be the first to know. It's easy and informative, so go there and sign up now.
Well done. Well, 2nd down 6 coming for University. They still do have a timeout. And they are trying to get on the board again. Now, we've already seen the leg of Ryder Bell, so they are very close to field goal range if they're not already in it.
I think they're in it.
Gannon from the 18. Straight drop, looking, throwing. Pass is complete, and he's pushed out of bounds right at the marker. It's about a 6-yard gain, and let's see where the spot is by the line judge.
They're going to mark him just a little bit short, maybe about a yard short, Jamie.
You're right. 3rd down now and 1 coming. Clock stopped at 24 seconds.
At this juncture, with a timeout left, unless there's a sack, you have to think that clock is going to stop after this play.
Gannon again from the gun. There's 4 wide receivers. He's now looking to his left, throwing in deep into the end zone, diving, and it's incomplete. Wow. That was Vetus, who almost made an incredible play there.
I think that was Barnum.
No, that was Vetus,
okay,
number 7, Luke, and then Hawkins was the cornerback there on that side. So the clock now stopped with 18 seconds, and it's 4th and 1, and now University is going to use their last timeout. So Coach Jim Stevens wants to talk about this. Stevens in his 13th year here at University, Matt, where he's got a combined record of 72 and 55. And we talked about the preppers. It's no surprise then that Coach Stevens is an Ivy Leaguer, right?
Princeton, if I'm not mistaken.
Princeton graduate.
Sharp individual.
Yeah, we talked to him before the game. And you mentioned the playoffs, Matt. He really didn't want to talk about the postseason.
You can't blame him. His team right now is sitting in 15th in Division III, Region 9. They need a ton of help. They pretty much need everyone ahead of them to lose 2 weeks in a row.
Well,
so his team can't afford to think week 11. They've got to think today they have to win. And right now, Jamie, they're down by 18. You have to think that they're going to go for it, and you have to think it's going to be a pass.
Well, speaking of the playoffs, the NDCL Lions, who are one of the hottest teams around, are leading Padua 34-14.
That's a huge game for NDCL because next week it sets up the East Side Holy War, Lake and NDCL.
Well, you're right. They're going to go for it. 4 wide receivers in the game on 4th down and 1. Fans hitting the bleachers. Gannon is going to throw it into the end zone. Vetus and the back of the end zone is incomplete. He is out of bounds. He caught it, Matt, but he ran out of room.
Vetus, I do not believe, was aware of where he was in the end zone, and that's a cardinal sin if you're a receiver. You have to know, no matter what, where the sideline is, where the out-of-bounds marker is, where the first down marker is, etc. And Chardon will take the turnover, Jamie. That is a big, big stop on downs. This defense bend but not breaking so far in this first half. And 13 seconds to go, I wouldn't be surprised to see the Hilltoppers come out, kneel the football, taking the locker room up by 18.
Beninati is the quarterback. I wouldn't say we were tricked, but we thought we might see a lot more of Patrick Sullivan, who took the first snap of the game. That's been it for him so far.
Jamie,
Beninati does take a knee.
I'm going to say there's still a half to play. We don't know what Coach could do with Sullivan.
We don't. Hilltoppers on top 28-10 as you see them go toward the locker room. They'll dry out and come back. It was a good first half for Chardon, and now enjoy the band. They're going to do a special Halloween-themed halftime show, and then Matt and I will be back with the second half here on GTV.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Introducing the 2012 Chardon Hilltopper Marching Band. With Ryan Gillespie and Chrissy Savitas as drum majors, we would like to open our annual Halloween show with the theme song from The Nightmare Before Christmas. Ghostbusters was a huge hit at the box office in 1984 and is easily one of the funniest and most creative films ever made. The hilarious thrill ride of a movie never seems to get old or dated. Featuring Majorette Captain Brittany Hoax, Emily Hummel, Christina Pretzel, Ellie Large, and Brittany Wilson, here is Ghostbusters. Who are you gonna call? gentlemen, keep putting those hands together for the Chardon High School fight song. The Hilltopper Band would like to thank everyone who has helped them have a successful season. From parents to bus drivers, we owe you a big thank you. We couldn't do it without you.
Welcome back here to Chardon Memorial Field. The Hilltoppers back out on the field after that great band performance by the Chardon Marching Band. And then we also saw the Chardon Crazies, the student section, come over to the home crowd and give a plea to the fans here tonight to support the Chardon Schools levy on November 6th. So Chardon community coming together. And of course, all of this happening in the backdrop of what is now a driving rain here at Memorial Field, and the wind has now picked up steadily and been much colder. So it is a cold, rainy Friday night here in Chardon. Fans with their umbrellas. In fact, I just saw a fan lose their umbrella. It just went the other way. That's not a good thing. Out on the field, the Chardon Hilltoppers in their home black jerseys, black pants, the red Chardon helmets with the script lettering that reads Chardon. The Preppers will receive the second half kickoff. They're in all white with maroon helmets. Jamie Ward, Matt Jaworski. 12 minutes on the clock here for the third quarter. And Matt just getting a hot chocolate. How is it?
It is chocolatey. It's good. It's warm. I would say dry, but no, it's liquid, so it's wet.
It is. And you have your gloves and your hat, which is a must here tonight. I'm a little bit less prepared, and in fact, I rode my bike here.
Ooh.
So I've got that to look forward to in about an hour when this thing's over.
Maybe it'll blow through.
Second half underway with a squib kick by Bukovic. The ball's free, and it's then fouled on at the 27-yard line by University's number 32. That's Joe Avini.
I tweeted a couple times during halftime. First off, Jamie, just want to mention this. The band, once again, was awesome. Well, you heard it here, folks. A spectacular halftime show. We had clowns. Oh, those were scary. But we had Ghostbusters, cops, skeletons, you name it. It was out there on the field.
It was. Another great performance. First and 10 for the Preppers. They take over on the 27, Gannon in the shotgun. It's going to be harder for University to throw the ball in these conditions. First plays a run to Smith, who slips and falls after getting through the line of scrimmage for a 3-yard gain. So, Matt, already weather playing a role.
Yeah, and the defense caught a break there. Excuse me, Smith caught an opening in the seam and just took off, and unfortunately, he just bad footing. And you rarely hear people say that when you're talking about field turf, but this turf is just so wet. I heard a couple of the players talking along the sidelines as I was walking back.
Second down and 8. Gannon from the shotgun. He's going to look to throw near side. It's complete to Vedas, who's across the 45-50. A first down and a nice play by the senior.
But a couple guys, Jamie, were saying they wish they had on some longer cleats.
Yeah, well, there's no question. It is going to be wet out there. So the first down puts the ball across the 50 into Hilltopper territory at the 49.
The Hilltoppers defense tonight really has allowed one drive from US, two technically, to get inside the 20. The one resulted in a field goal. The other was a turnover on downs. So the defense really overlooked so far, Jamie. We've talked a lot about this offense, but it's been a tremendous defense.
From the gun. First down and 10, the throw to Vedas. It's complete at the 50, and he will break one tackle going ahead and out of bounds for a gain of about 8 yards.
Jim Stevens says that with Vadas, they will do whatever they can. They have to be creative to get that young man the football, and they've done it tonight so far.
Give him 5 yards on the completion. Clock stopped 10:57. We're just underway here in the second half. Jamie Ward, Matt Jaworski. We have a tarp now covering our equipment and some of our notes as well. Bear with us. Second down. Gannon again from the gun. Wind gusting. The give is to Smith. Up the middle. Breaks a tackle and goes forward for about 3 to 4 yards. He is shy of the first down.
Well, that'll bring up a 3rd and short, Jamie, but boy, Smith has come out of this locker room just a brand new man. He had trouble really gaining any kind of yardage in the first half, but he's had some holes to run through, and he has made some nice cuts. Maybe about 3rd and 1.
Well, it's about 3rd and 2. It's definitely longer than a yard. Gannon is from the gun. 4 wide receivers again. Smith to his left. He's going to throw it. Coming complete here on the near side for a first down. That's number 16 on the completion. Alex Taylor, the senior.
Now, Taylor broke 1 tackle, and just poor tackling by the toppers there, Jamie. You just can't hit a guy like Taylor. You have to wrap him up and bring him down. You can't just try to knock him off his feet. Taylor's a nice-sized receiver. He's, get my wet notes that
6 feet, 183
there you
pounds.
Go. Thank you.
University from the Chardon 30-yard line, and a false start is going to be had there. It looked like it was Costas Parrish, the right guard, who moved early, and they will be backed up 5 yards.
There have been very few turnovers tonight. Boy, wet papers just do not
I don't
move
think
well.
has there been any turnovers tonight? I don't believe so.
No, I'm sorry. Penalties.
Penalties.
I have to say penalties.
So, back here. Ball's now at the 35. It's 1st and 15. Clock is running. Smith is to the left of Gannon, who is in the gun. He gets the snap. 5-step drop. Little screen pass to Smith, who makes LeMaster miss, and he's to the 20, still on his feet to the 16-yard line. Wow.
Well, Jamie, you have to give some credit to Smith for making the Hilltoppers miss some tackles, but boy, this is now starting to look like last week against Riverside, where Marcus Jones was breaking tackles left and right, and the Hilltoppers just had trouble defensively stopping Riverside. And you would like to, you hope that's not the case, that things are just, a matter of adjustments right now.
Gannon from the gun, throwing near side, pass is dropped. Incomplete. That was over on the far side of the field. Now 8:47 left, 3rd quarter.
Problem is, though, sometimes you start to develop bad habits, and those are so tough to break at times.
Ball is at the 15. It's 2nd down and 10. Again, the Hilltoppers with an 18-point lead. University trying to come out here to start the second half and put some points on the board. Once again, driving rain, and it's getting cold. 4 wide receivers in the game. Gannon acts like he's going to give it. Then he throws it, and it's almost intercepted. There were 3 Hilltoppers there, and that was an ill-advised pass.
Yeah, Joe Connick not happy. He thought he had that ball picked.
LeMaster almost got it on the ricochet. We should mention, too, Jack's brother, Pete LeMaster, who is a junior, is out with an injury. He was injured, I believe, 2 weeks ago. And I know it hurts him to not be in the game. He is expected to return this season, though, and that will help the Chardon defense.
Yeah, everything that I've heard is we'll be back for week 11. We'll probably miss next week.
3rd down and 10. Gannon from the gun. 3-step drop. He breaks 1 tackle, and now he goes down with the sack.
Urchek finally brought him down.
Number 58 on the tackle, and so now decision time on 4th and very long. And it looks like, yes, they're going to send out Ryder Bell, the sophomore kicker. This is not an easy kick given the conditions. And the holder is going to be placed at the 26-yard line. So we're going to be looking at a 36-yard field goal attempt. He's on the left hash.
Long at 37 for this young man.
Good snap, good hold. The kick is up. It does have the distance, and it's good.
Oh, he had that by some footage. Wow.
It gets over, and so Ryder Bell comes through. And now you have to wonder, Matt, and I'll want to second guess Coach Stevens. Had they kicked a field goal to end the first half, they'd be even closer. Instead, they elected to go for it and not take the points, and so they trail 28-13.
Sometimes, though, Jamie, you can't, you have to gamble from time to time. You just can't be passive every single down and say we're going to go for a touchdown or excuse me, we're going to go for a field goal here. And then you start looking at the Browns offense, and no one wants to see that or play in that.
Well, fair point, but they should have kicked the field goal because they would have more points. But nevertheless, they will now kick off, and we're watching this game. And they'll kick off from right to left, and back for the Hilltoppers is Joe Connick and Riley Hawkins.
Hey, would tell you to check out the GTV website or sign up for our email notification services for details. As GTV gets political this week, a lot of debates and coverage is going on.
Kickoff is in the air, and it's a good one. Hawkins will field it at the 7. Here he comes across the 20 to the 25, still on his feet. He's working, and he gets to the 31, and that's where the Hilltoppers will start.
Jamie, 4 possessions by Chardon, 4 touchdowns. You never expect an offense to be that perfect, and boy, I don't foresee it continuing on throughout the second half, but would love to see Chardon get another quick touch or another touchdown here, maybe a long time-consuming drive to just really begin to separate this game from, or to really separate themselves from U.S. in this game.
Benanati is from the gun. He gives it to Matt Bolden, who runs ahead and has good positive yards to the 40-yard line. And the official here on the near side is saying stop the clock, but the other official says wind the clock is not a first down. So it'll be second down now and 1 coming. And they mentioned Patrick Sullivan, the sophomore quarterback who took the game's first snap. Have not seen him since for the Hilltoppers. Benanati under center. Moving in motion is Hawkins. He's the ball carrier, and he will get ahead for the first down, but he's got about 2 yards. He only needed 1. So, ball now placed at the 43-yard line. Clock again running. 7:17 and counting, third quarter.
Well, if you're the Chardon offense, Jamie, just keep that clock moving at this point because the clock is your friend up by a score, almost 2 scores.
Benanati again from the gun. Coming here in motion is Hawkins, and he will lose yards. He is stopped in the backfield. The ball is loose, but the official blew his whistle.
Down.
And Hawkins looks injured. He's down on the field. Now he's going to get up and lean forward. So that's at least a good sign. Maybe he had the wind knocked out of him. And University, I don't think, was happy with that, with the fact that the line judge came in and blew that play dead.
Well, it should have been blown. To me, he was down. There's no doubt about that in my mind.
I'm sure Chris Graw down on the sidelines got a good shot of that. Always does a great job on the camera. Tough day for Chris having to stand down there in the rain.
Better him than us. Jamie, now is a good time to mention that if the Hilltoppers make the playoffs, GTV would love to cover the games, but our budget does not permit coverage of any sports in the playoffs due to the number of sports that are always in the playoffs. There's just so many we can't quite cover them. So the Hilltopper Gridiron Club is heading up the effort to get underwriting for GTV coverage. Any business, family, or individual can help get underwriting for GTV coverage. So you can get your name, your family, or your company included in the telecast. There are really opportunities for all. Contact Kevin Googe, and the email address is kgooge@roadrunner.com if you want to be part of Hilltopper football playoff history.
Second down and 10.5. based on the spot. Beninati is from the gun. Muir is in motion. The give is going to be no. It'll be Beninati's going to keep it around the far side, and he breaks it, and he's going to go 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. And there's a flag.
And it's coming back.
Wow. Wipe it off the board, Matt. That was going to be good for 48 yards, but the official says holding, and the flag right at the 49. So I guess there's a reason that Beninati had such a good turn there around the corner.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And it was a pretty obvious hold, and the officials caught it. And, you know, Jamie, sometimes you can get away with those. Other times you can't.
Costly penalty.
But, boy, that's been the story at times this year for Chardon, Jamie. We've seen a number of big runs this year called back due to holding penalties.
Into the game is Drew Gittens, who is the backup quarterback on the depth chart. He's also the punter and holder. He's a junior. He's now in the game as a split end here on the near side. Muir, Davis, and Bolden are in the game with Beninati at the quarterback position from the pistol. Guy's in motion, fakes one way. He's going to keep it, and he runs out of room and goes backwards, and he's lost in the backfield for a sack.
Wasser was right there to bring him down. The defensive lineman, offensive lineman / punter just caught Beninati in the backfield and dropped him for a loss of, boy, about 6.
5:30 and counting. Again, Chardon on top, 28-13. Thanks for listening here to GTV Live Friday Night Football. The Hilltoppers at 6-2 on the season with losses to the South Rebels, who are steamrolling Riverside right now en route to being 9-0, and then the loss last week to Riverside. Third down and long. It's 3rd and 14. Scissor play is to Muir, who gets it, and he is going to be stopped short of the first down. It's about a 6-yard gain, and now Chardon. They don't like to do this very often, Matt, but they're going to punt.
Well, no one likes to punt, but strategically, sometimes you just need to.
It's a 4th down and 7 with the spot, and really anything from 4th and 5 on. Chardon has not hesitated this season in big games and big. It doesn't matter what the score or the clock says, but again, Gittens will come in as the punter.
And this is the first punt of the night for Chardon, folks. It's not like they've been doing it all night.
A very strange punt formation for the Hilltoppers, to say the least. Gittens puts a boot on it, and it's a good kick. Vetus is the returner. He lets it bounce, and it goes inside the 15 to the 13. Nice job by Drew Gittens.
Drew Gittens gets a nice hug by his coach as he heads off to the sideline. He did his job, and a tip of the top hat to him. Jamie, Drew at times this year has had the ball come off his foot kind of awkward and kind of funny, and it's not ended well, but that was a great punt by Drew Gittens when Chardon needed it. It backs up U.S. to their own 18-yard line. Excuse me, to their own, 13-yard line, I beg your pardon. I can count.
Well, it's not counting as much as seeing.
Close enough.
Gannon has trips. Wide receivers to the far side of the field. His pass complete to Vetus across the 20 to the 21. He's got, it looks like about 7 yards on the first down
And that was
play.
just a little out route right there, just a little curl. He came off the line a couple yards out, a nice little timing pattern, just hit him. And really all Vetus needs is just a little bit of separation, Jamie, and he'll catch that football that's thrown to him.
Again, rain coming down. It is truly fall here in Chardon, Ohio.
If it was winter, it'd be snow.
2nd down and 3. That's not far away. Fake passes to Gannon. It was probably a lateral, actually, and Vetus makes the catch and gets close to the first down. We'll see where the spot is. He is going to be short.
We're seeing a lot of creative calls now from U.S., Jamie. What U.S. is doing is they're trying to now make Chardon work the field parallel and not necessarily attack them straight on.
3rd down and 1. Mitch Hewitt motioning to the crowd. It's time to make some noise. Lamaster, Davis, and Pikus, the 3 linebackers for the Hilltoppers. Gannon from the gun, 4 wide receivers. Let's see if he tries a short route. Whistle and a flag.
There
no
may have
snap.
been motion near side, and it may have been on the wide receiver.
It is illegal procedure is the call with 3:23 left here, third quarter. So that's going to change the play call. It'll now be 3rd and 6.
Hilltoppers will gladly take that call anytime they can, Jamie. And really, I don't care who you are, but if you're a wide receiver, and there's no excuse for Frank Callow to be moving before the ball is snapped. You know, as a wideout, you can see when the ball's being snapped. It's not that hard. You just look at the center.
Well, here we go. Again, noise being made from the 16-yard line. The snap, Gannon, quick throw, it's caught, and it's a first down. It's Kevin Smith, the running back, who makes
Smith
the play.
has not lined up in the slot a lot tonight, but that time he did, and he just, I mean, really, they're starting to do with Smith now what they've done to Vedas throughout the night, is be creative in getting him the football.
First down and 10. Ball is at now the 29. University on their own 29-yard line. They trail by 15. Hilltoppers with 5 linemen. The give is to Smith running up the middle. He's tripped, and he's got about 3 yards.
Now, from time to time, you have to try that play up the middle. You have to, see what you can get from your guys up front, because, they don't want to always do pass blocking, Jamie. They want to go and hit somebody and knock them backwards and play rough, if you will, and not just pass block. Sometimes you call a run play to keep those big guys happy up front.
There is some nice size by University, but the Chardon defense has played well. 2nd down and 7. Smith behind Gannon. The fake. Gannon throwing it deep near side, and it's incomplete. It was underthrown to the intended receiver, and that was, again, Callow, number 26, the senior, and it was almost intercepted by Chardon, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, Hawkins at that play turned around, Jamie, and he located the ball. The problem was he had Callow already kind of running into him, and by the time Hawkins was able to, quote, catch the ball, it had already hit the ground for an incomplete pass. He just kind of trapped it.
So it's 3rd down and 7. Trips now here on the near side of the field. It's Vedas, Barham, and Forbes. Gannon rolls to that side, throws it, and it's over the head of Barham. Boy, he shot put that one, and he was hit hard by Urchek after the play, so University forced a punt.
That was an ugly duckling-type pass, and, of course, when Jared Urchek's about to rock you, you're going to get that kind of pass off.
Urchek with the big hit.
We've called his name a lot tonight, by the way, Jamie.
Yes, we have, no question.
This is what I think really has separated the Preppers defense tonight from their last couple games, is pressure on the quarterback.
Hunter Wasser is the punter. He's a good one. Kicks it here. It'll hit and go out of bounds across the 50. We'll see where the spot is.
He'll be lucky if that's a 20-yard punt.
Still moving, and there we're at. We're
really?
At the 48-yard line.
Number 74.
Okay, I'll go with the official on that.
Don't like the spot. Matt doesn't like the spot.
I thought it would at least be on the Prepper side of the field.
Well, there's 2 minutes, 4 seconds left here in the third quarter, and the Hilltoppers need to use clock and need to continue to do what they did in the first half. Matt, we had some first half stats. I believe you had those.
No.
No, those come from Tom Liebhart, who does such a good job as a statistician. As on first down, the give is to Bolden straight ahead. He fights forward for about 3 yards. Mr. Liebhart at halftime, Matt, had Beninati with 45 yards rushing, both Muir and Bolden. Bolden had 86, Muir had 82, and then Riley Hawkins had 44. So it's a steady dose on offense for the Hilltoppers. They get a lot of guys the football. Same thing today. 2nd down 8, Hilltoppers, double tight, wing T. Snap, give, Bolden straight ahead, and he falls forward for 2 or 3 more. So it'll be about 3rd and 5 coming.
And that's okay. Just keep doing that. Keep pounding that football, because you're going to wear those guys down shortly. Been a long season for them, and they really, no school, unless you play a Wycliffe, or even, if I'm not mistaken, doesn't one of either Cardinal or Berkshire run some kind of wing tee or something similar to it?
Both schools really do.
Yeah, so I mean, unless you play one of those CVC schools or Chardon, you're not going to see the wing tee. And it's difficult to copy in practice. 3rd down and 5. Davis is in motion. Beninati turns, fakes it to Bolden. He's going to keep it far side, and he's hit at the line. He's only got a yard, and so it's 4th and short. Matt, I'm going to ask you, do you go for it? Absolutely. This is the time, Jamie, where you can really put this game away. You're up by 15 right now. Another.
Hewitt says no. He sends the punting unit out. So on 4th down and 4, I completely agree with the call. You've got a chance here.
I'm not going to argue with Mitch. My thought process is, you can gamble a little bit. Your team's been playing well. Actually, I would have sent them out because I don't think that they can let the clock run down.
Well, we'll see. There's 8 seconds and counting. 7, 6. They will snap it with 4 seconds. Getting a strong punt over Vedas' head, and it bounces into the end zone. Joe Connick tried to run it down and could not.
Jamie, the wind just kept that thing up in the air and was the reason why that was such a long punt.
We have played 3 quarters here at Memorial Field. The score, Hilltoppers 28, University 13. Thanks for joining us, whether you're watching this game on video replay or listening live at home. Jamie Ward, Matt Jaworski. And we will switch sides now, and the Preppers will head from left to right, and they'll start from their own 20-yard line.
Jamie, congratulations to the Chardon High School volleyball team for their sectional win over Shaw this past Monday. Unfortunately, the team fell. It was a hard-fought sectional final match to Mayfield this past Wednesday. So it was a rebuilding year, if you will, for the Lady Hilltoppers on the volleyball court.
Well,
but
Coach Bobby McCoy does a good job with them. They did, though, go 4-18. But, this is a team that played a number of sophomores, and it was young. Just Coach McCoy finishing 4 seasons with Chardon, and he, hope that he'll be back next season and continue to move that school forward, or that program, I'm sorry. Well, 12 minutes are on the clock. Prepper offense out on the field. Gannon's a quarterback. He is from the shotgun. He's taken every snap there tonight. Throw deep down the field, and it's over the head of his intended receiver, Black. Incomplete. Riley Hawkins and also Joe Connick with the coverage. Good ball, though, from Gannon, and just a little bit overthrown.
Yeah, and, Hawkins was in the vicinity, but just not in position to make the interception. Have an update. This one is from Menor. It's the Cardinals 45, Strongsville nothing. Start of the 4th quarter.
So 2nd down and 10. Again, it's trips here on the near side. Gannon looks that side, pump fakes over the middle. Black has it. It's complete across the 35 to the 38. That was a well-run play.
Now Black made a nice move on R.J. Pikus, and Pikus, just ended up being the trailing man on that play and eventually was able to bring him down.
1st down on the pass completion. Clock running, 11:45 and counting.
Kenston up in the 3rd, 17-14.
That game against West Geauga. Now trips on the far side of the field. 1st down and 10. The snap, the give to Smith. Straight ahead, breaking tackles into the secondary as Muir brings him down with Pikus. He's right at the 1st down marker. We'll see where the spot is in relation to the sticks.
A good hole up front. That U.S. offensive line moved a few people around and put Smith in a very good position, Jamie, to do what he just did right there.
Clock is running, and the officials have decided they're just short. So it'll be 2nd down and inches. Ball on the 49, University. Moving from left to right. From our vantage point here, we're staying a little bit dry, but it's still cold. Smith gets it and goes backward. He loses 3 yards on the play as a host of Hilltoppers make the tackle.
The Masters, Cantans, Nick Rizzo. I've not called Nick's name a lot tonight, but he was in there too.
Wow, big play by the defense when they needed it. He does go back 4 full yards, and it's 3rd down and 4. Ball is at the 45.
Ladies and gentlemen, the football team and the Gridiron Club would like to thank you.
Don't forget, Week 10 football will be here on GTV as the Cardinal Huskies travel to the Berkshire Badgers for their homecoming. You'll find that game on replay here on GTV. 3rd down. Gannon throwing near side. It's complete to Callow, who does have a first down across the 50 to the 47-yard line. Clock will stop as they move the chains.
Jamie, Preppers need 2 scores, but they have a ton of time. They basically have this entire second half. So right now they can take their time, run the plays that they want to play. And once again, they're doing a nice job of mixing things up and kind of keeping that Chardon secondary or that Chardon defense guessing.
We are in the 4th quarter. 4 wide receivers again in this University spread offense. The snap, the give, Smith running. Hit at the line, and he's dropped. Good job by the Hilltoppers, and Jared Urchek again in on the play. I think Marty Kepler, number 70, also in on that tackle. No gain, 2nd and 10.
Rizzo's going to now come out and play some Max Menko. Update from North, it's Geneva 21, North 7 in the 3rd quarter. 2 teams that Chardon beat up on earlier in the year.
If you're watching at home, it says 3rd quarter, but it is the 4th quarter on our. I just received an update, so we're in the 4th quarter. Snap is a bad one, and then the throw is incomplete as it was. Well, it was a good snap, but Gannon fumbled it, and that's a wet football.
Yeah, and he just threw it way behind Kalo. He actually did a smart thing in terms of just getting rid of the football, throw it to where you've got a receiver in the vicinity. It won't be an intentional grounding, and no one's going to pick it off.
3rd down and 10 coming into the game. Barham for the Preppers bringing the play. University has only run the ball a handful of times. It's been almost all John Gannon, the junior, 6'4", 182 pounds. He is a true drop-back quarterback. Snap, Gannon passing, near side complete to Callow, and he has a first down, a gain of about 13 yards on the play.
Callow and Black ran similar routes, and it kind of had the defenders confused, and they both bit on the long man, and then it was thrown underneath Jamie, and that opened up or allowed the receiver to be open for that catch.
Ball is on the Chardon 35-yard line.
How good is Kareem Hunt? After 1 half, he had 171 yards rushing. Riverside, 19 yards total offense.
Wow. 1st and 10 for the Preppers. Snap, straight drop, throwing, complete to Black. He's across the 30 to the 25 and out of bounds. Another University first down.
Now, U.S. has had several nice drives, Jamie. And if they keep doing what they're doing, it's not going to be long before they do get a touchdown on the board.
Ball is at the 24-yard line. 8:30 clock is stopped here, 4th quarter. University has used mostly short passing routes to move the ball. Gannon from the gun, the give to Smith, straight up the middle. He's using blockers, breaking outside, 15 and down, out of bounds. Does not have a first down, but it's a good gain.
Yeah, Cantans was there and able to cut him off and push him out of bounds, but Smith just kept elongating the play, just kind of kept bouncing and bouncing and bouncing, and then was able to turn that corner. Chardon needed one more player just to kind of seal that end off, and there was no one there.
We have a stoppage, and the referee says first down, so no need for the measurement. They'll just point it out. I got to think that those officials, Matt, they're not going to want to take a little extra time to measure.
Not at all.
They'll just eyeball it, and so it is a first down. Ball is at the 14-yard line.
Speaking of extra time, they may end up needing that. Hawken and Cardinal knotted up at 13 after 3 quarters.
Wow. 1st and 10, Preppers. Pass is complete to Callow, 5-4, down, and he fumbles it, but it's a touchdown. Referee signals touchdown before the ball comes out, And so 6 points for the Preppers.
Well, the officials are going to say that Callow reached across the goal line with the football. He had it securely in his hands. He broke the plane of the goal, and once it was a touchdown, when he hit the ground is when the fumble occurred. And, of course, ground cannot cause a fumble.
And so Ryder Bell comes out to kick. Now, this is interesting. With 8:17, they could have elected to go for 2. Coach Stevens, though, does not want to do that, and the Hilltoppers block the extra point.
Nick Rizzo got his hands in there, stuck him up, and knocked that down.
That is a play that could possibly be the difference here tonight. Unbelievable by the senior.
Jamie, what this means now is U.S. needs 2 scores to take the lead. A touchdown and 2-point conversion will not do it. It'll make the score. If Chardon doesn't score again and U.S. does and gets a 2-pointer, it'd be 28-27. But, well, you know, right now the score's 28-19.
Well, and I bring it up again, Matt. Preppers electing to go for it on 4th down. They didn't take that field goal, and that's not good coaching up to this point.
Hindsight's 20/20. Sometimes you have to be aggressive, but you know what?
But it's not hindsight, though.
But Jamie, you know what? If the receiver had known where he was in the end zone and kept his feet in bounds, that would have been a touchdown.
Now that's hindsight. Now that's woulda, coulda, shoulda. What I'm saying is, when you got your 3 points with clearly Ryder Bell is a heck of a kicker, and you elect to go for it in that situation, now you're in a tough situation. As Bell sends another booming kick into the end zone, a touchback.
And that one was not winded. The wind has really begun to die down here, and the flags from time to time will kind of pick up in the Chardon, the scoreboard section of the end zone, let's call it that. But the other side, the flags are just dead flat against the goal, against the posts.
Well, rain has started really at the beginning of this game. It was lighter then. It's heavier now, and it's also dropped in temperature. We're definitely below 50 degrees and probably much closer to 40 at this point. So back on the field, the Chardon offense. 1st and 10. Beninati gives it here near side, running Roger Davis, who had a touchdown, the first Chardon touchdown back in the first quarter. Here he goes forward for about 4 yards.
And for Davis, it's nice to see the senior, Jamie, get these carries and just keep moving the football. We saw last week Roger Davis really came on in substitution of Matt Bolden, who got injured early in the contest after about, 8 or 9 carries, and then Davis did the rest of the heavy work. So he got
down. And 5. Beninati gives it here to Muir, who stiff arms one tackler, and then he goes forward. He does have positive yards, but he will be about 3 yards short of the first down.
Jamie, this is kind of beginning to worry me now. Chardon in that, granted, I understand that they can't score in all quarters, but the offense now just beginning to look a little flat again.
You want them to score in all quarters.
Well, I would love that. Well, believe me.
I ran into Don Novotzik this week, Matt, and I thought that Chardon did need to light up the scoreboard today to get that offensive confidence back. They have 28, but they could certainly use more. 3rd down and 3. The give straight ahead to the fullback as Bolden, and he is stopped short of the first down. Matt, I'm going to ask you before Mitch Hewitt makes a decision.
You punt.
All right.
You punt.
Just making sure.
I have a couple of stats I want to read
you.
you.
Go for it. Well, let's just see first. Yes, they are going to punt. All right, go ahead.
Chardon, and this is points by quarter this year on average, okay? 8.5 in the first, 8.1 in the second, 7 in the third, 5.1 in the fourth. Now, granted, there have been some games that they've just been ahead big enough that they really, have allowed touchdowns not to occur.
Especially early in the season. 4th down and 2. Gittins is in the game as the punter, and now there's a flag on the field.
That'll be procedure.
And it is. It's against the Hilltoppers. The signal coming from the line judge on the far side. Coach Hewitt now asking the near side official what that call was. It is an encroachment call, so it'll be 4th and 7. Clock is stopped with 5:57. University shouting that they're probably going to try to put time back on the clock.
But to return to that train of thought, though, Jamie, You know, if you're Chardon and you're averaging, you know, a little bit more than a touchdown, really a little bit more than 2 touchdowns in the first half, and a touchdown and a half the second half, you would like to stay just as aggressive to end this year in the second half as you are the first half.
Well, they're going to put time on the clock, and they're going to put it at 6 minutes. Is that good enough? No, it's not. They want 6:12. So the official shouting up here saying put 6:12 on the clock, and that's what we now have on 4th and 7. Again, it's Gittins, the punter. 15 yards behind the center. Long snapper looks like, is that Roger Davis? Is
yep.
the long snapper. Wow. Interesting.
No, Fodor still can't long snap.
There it is. Gittins with a good kick, booming kick. Vetus feels it at the 42, breaks 1 tackle and falls forward to the 45, and that's where the Preppers will start.
Well, they were able to hold him to very little yardage right there. That's a good sign, good start. But, Jamie, now it's time for this Chardon defense to just buckle down and get a stop on downs. This is right now turning into 4-down territory for U.S. To set it up, it'll be 1st down and 10, ball on the U.S. 46-yard line, Jamie, 5:49 to go. And you know that Coach Stevens has no choice. He's down 2 scores. They've got to go for it if it's a 4th down.
It's 1st and 10. Same formation for the Preppers. It's a spread. Gannon is pressured, and he goes down. Fodor, it hit him first, and then 57 came in to finish him off.
I wouldn't be surprised at some point in time if we look to see U.S. go deep.
University will continue to huddle, so the clock running, 5:28 and counting. And let's give Marcus Zendarczyk credit there, number 57, for helping with the tackle. It is 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, Zendarczyk, 2 tackles last week, by the way.
Gannon turning, throwing. It's incomplete through the hands of Black. It was thrown behind him.
Yeah, boy, Cantans wishes he had 2 steps on that. He might have had a pick 6. But just not quite there.
Cantanzariti, his teammates call him Cantans, and in fact, his jersey says Cantans.
Well, they actually couldn't put Cantanzariti across the back. They ran out of room.
Very interesting. 3rd down and 8. This home Memorial Field crowd making some noise, trying to stay warm as the rain continues to fall.
And you know what? This time they really didn't have to be told by the football team to make some noise either.
No, you're right. 4 wide receivers in the game. And Smith is in the slot. Gannon throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. It was Smith, the intended receiver. Davis on the coverage, and it'll be 4th down.
Roger Davis, we don't talk about him defensively a lot, but that time he made a huge, huge play. But as a linebacker, you know, actually Roger Davis has played linebacker, he's played safety. He's kind of the jack of all trades on that defense because he can play multiple positions. But great pass protection that time by U.S. allowed Gannon some time to throw, but Davis was all over the intended receiver, didn't have his hands on him. As soon as the ball got there, timed it right and didn't let him catch the football.
It is 4th down and 8. If you're listening at home, come a little bit closer to the television. The snap, Gannon drops back, throwing deep, far side of the field, and Vetus, it's incomplete. Vetus was open, but the throw did not make it there. So the Hilltoppers take over on downs.
Vetus had Hawkins beat. He had a few steps between Connick, too. But the throw, it was not a good throw.
Oh, and it was a tough throw all the way across the field. You know, that throw, Matt, was probably only about 15 real yards, but when you consider throwing across your body, that was quite a heave by Gannon.
And once again, the footing is slick here on the field turf, and you have to think that the wet football, too, just could have come out of his hands a little wrong, too.
Well, here we go, 4:58. Chardon takes over on the 48-yard line. In motion, Muir, the give. No, he fumbles. Beninati fumbled the football. Let's see who has it. It is Chardon. Wow.
Now, Beninati did have a fumble and interception in the 4th quarter last week.
Well, he was trying to fake it to Bolden, and then he lost it. So Beninati, though, keeps it, and here we go.
And, that might have been a case, too. Wet football.
Could be. He did end up making 2 yards on the fumble, and so it's 2nd down and 8. Clock is running. University does have 3 timeouts. It won't be long before they start using them. Beninati from the gun. Davis is in motion. Fake to Davis. He keeps it across the 45, and he fumbles it again. And the ball is on the ground, and the officials stopping the clock, and they're pointing. It is Chardon ball.
Muir came up with it.
I thought the back judge was pointing maybe the other way, and so now the preppers will call timeout, and Coach Mitch Hewitt is not happy.
I don't want to be there and have to hear what Mitch Hewitt has to say.
TJ Beninati, senior, and again, this is senior night. And Matt, remind us of the election coverage.
Yeah, Jamie, GTV election race coverage continues next week with replays of our coverage of the League of Women's Voters Candidates Night, levy information programs from the Chardon and Cardinal school districts, and political interviews at the Great Geauga County Fair. We ask you to check out our website or sign up for the email notification service for details as GTV gets all political on you next week. Hey, also a reminder, football, it's the final week of the regular season, week 10, which means that I will be living on joeidle.com on Friday and Saturday of next week. You should too. And it'll also be at the Battle of the Kinsman Cup, which we will be doing for you on GTV.
That's
You'll have
right.
that call.
Cardinal at Berkshire, homecoming for the Badgers. Back out on the field now, the Chardon offense. And there's a whistle, and they're going to send number 56 off the field. That's Costas Parrish, a defensive lineman. And they're going to need a sub, and I think there's something wrong. He's bleeding.
Yeah, if you're allowed to bleed, you just can't let the officials see it.
And now 55, Jay Bullock coming in. So there's the change. It's 3rd down and 7 for the Hilltoppers. Beninati under center, wing tee behind him. Volk is the split end here on the near side. Beninati keeps it up the middle, and he is just stopped. Boy, he had a seam, and he has a 1st down. He got, I think, 8 yards on the carry.
Hold on, Jamie.
There's an injured prepper down. What do you see?
I see them marking this ball about 8-9 inches short.
Yeah, it looks like you're right. They're going to say that it's just short. The line judge on the side here appeared like he was going to give it to him. Now the officials are going to have a conference. Down on the field, I think, is that Dominic Monaco?
It looks like, but tough to see from this standpoint. Hey, I want to congratulate the girls' cross-country team for earning their 4th consecutive PAC championship. Also, the boys' cross-country team for their 3rd consecutive Premier Athletic Conference championship. And I'm probably going to, I can never say her name right.
Corinne Cooley.
Cooley, okay.
Cooley, yes.
Cooley won her 4th individual title in the girls' race, and Nick Ellswick was the boys' champion. Both teams are back in action tomorrow, which is Saturday.
Those two can
at
fly.
the OHSAA district meet at Lakeland Community College. So if you're listening live, you have an opportunity tomorrow to go up and cheer on your I don't want to call them all-state yet, but, folks, they are so good.
Yeah, no question. So the chains come out on the field, and it turns out the Hilltoppers are about 4 inches shy of the 1st down. The ball is at the 37, and so it'll be 4th down. Chardon's offense is on the field, so they will go for it, and the clock is now winding at 3:56 and counting. Hilltoppers now want to use that 25-second play clock as Joe Guara, number 47, brings in the play. Beninati running up to the line of scrimmage. He takes it, goose and go, straight up the middle. 1st down, Beninati. He is pushed backward, but his forward progress good enough for the 1st down with 3:34 to play.
That was just huge. With the U.S. offense, you can never say the game is over, Jamie, but Chardon just needs to run the clock now, and they can really, really, really pin the preppers' backs to the wall.
University not using a timeout. I'm surprised by that. They still have 2 left, and they're at the position where they almost have to hope for a turnover. and maybe that's why they're not. Maybe they've conceded. Beninati from the gun, the give. Muir coming here near side. He needs to stay in bounds. Breaking tackles across the 30 to the 28.
I love what I just saw out of Alex Muir there, Jamie. He tried to put the brakes on, realized he couldn't do it, so he just let himself slide. Then eventually he gets some gripping, then just cuts back on the other side of the field.
Smart play by the senior, and now University will use their second timeout with 3:08 to play here in the fourth quarter.
That's what you call home field advantage, when you can just knowing when and where to slide.
Mitch Hewitt trying to take his Toppers, Matt, to 7-2 on this season. He is just in his second year, it's worth pointing out. Took over last year and went 4-6. He was an assistant coach. Well, let's go over Mitch just for a moment. Was a standout here at Chardon and took his team in 1998 to the state championship game. They did lose that game, but it was a great run. Graduated in 99 and went to Bowling Green to play defense. A guy by the name of Urban Meyer.
Who?
Became the coach of the Falcons. His first coaching stint in collegiate football. Hewitt, a big part of that and what they were able to do. And then after Mitch Hewitt graduated, he came back here to Chardon. He was an assistant coach. Then he went to West Geauga, where he was a defensive coordinator, and then Riverside. Now he's back, and in many ways it's like return of the king for Hewitt, who is also a teacher in the high school. Second down and 3. The give here, running it, is Muir, and again, he'll stay in bounds. He lunges forward, and he may have the first down. It'll depend on the spot. Referees stopping the clock with 2:59. It is a first down. So now Prepper's only one timeout left. Chardon just needs to protect the football, and they're one first down away, Matt, from taking knees.
Well, they are. And Jamie, this offense is night and day difference than what we saw the last 2 weeks.
University will use their last timeout, worth noting.
It's a much, much crisper offense from Chardon.
Still shut out in the second half, though. It's worth noting.
Well, yes, but the execution, I think, is there. I think that U.S. changed some things around defensively, and Chardon just never how do I say this? Chardon didn't adjust, I don't think, that well. But you know what? It's something, too, where you go back, you look at the tape, and you can fix it. The point is, Chardon this time got out to a good start, something that they could not have to worry about. Well, and, the question's going to be now, obviously, you have Lakeside next week, which we will have the live audio for you on GTV. And then what happens in Week 11? And a lot of things still up in the air. Kenston winning tonight, and you know, Kenston could actually end up maybe hosting Chardon again this year.
You're right, and of course Hilltoppers can also host a playoff game as well. That would be a nice Geauga kind of rivalry. I know, I can tell you, Coach Hewitt does not want to see Kenston at that point in the season. Here we are, 1st and 10. Hilltoppers from the University 25-yard line. They're trying to run this clock out, turning and giving to Bolden. Straight up the middle, breaking tackles, first down inside the 10 to the 7-yard line.
That is what we like to see from big old Matt Bolden.
Now, University cannot stop the clock any longer. So we'll see if Chardon, we'll see how aggressive they are here. It is first down and goal. The ball is on the 6, 2:44 and counting.
Jamie, teams that control their own destiny in Division II, Region 5 include Talmadge, which is in first place, then Aurora, then Kenston. In 5th is Kent Roosevelt, and 6th is New Philadelphia.
Beninati from the gun. He's got Bolden behind him. In motion, the give is to Muir, running straight ahead, and he goes down. He does a nice job to protect the ball. He's got about 2 yards, so it'll be second down and goal.
Now, if a couple of those teams falter as there's an injured Prepper down on the field, Chardon should be able to sneak into the number 4 spot where they're currently at. It's just the way that the schedule works out potential points. If you look at
you have to consider Aurora and Kenston also play each other in Week 10, so one of those teams will end up losing.
Well, the issue is going to be if Chardon wins out, their max points could be 23.95. And you have, Roosevelt, Kent Roosevelt, which can get 26. New Philly, which can get 27. Kenston can only max out at 25.05. But, you know, there's still 4 teams, Jamie, that can have a maximum amount of points more than Chardon.
Well, there's an injured prepper being helped off the field with 2:15 left here in the fourth quarter. It's second down in goal. The clock is going to start again here, and Chardon can run 25 seconds off of it.
We talked about the playoffs, and once again, just a reminder, if the Hilltoppers make the playoffs, GTV would love to cover the games, but our budget doesn't permit the coverage of any high school sport due to the number of sports that are always in the playoffs. The Hilltoppers Gridiron Club is heading up that effort to get underwriting for GTV coverage. Any business, family, or individual can help and get your company, family, or individual name included in the telecast. There are opportunities for all. If you'd like to be a part of Hilltopper football history, contact Kevin Googe at kgooge@roadrunner.com.
You know what, Matt? There were 2 university players down, and so here comes a second one being helped off. You don't see that very often. Well, into the game, Jason Jandy's got the play. Referee says let's start the clock, and it is running. Second down and goal coming. The ball is on the 3-yard line. Beninati to the line. Bolden is behind him. To his right is Muir. To his left is Davis. Beninati from the gun, taking as much time as he can. Now he's going to look at the back judge, who now signals. That means there's 5 seconds on the play clock. There's the play. The give is to Bolden, and he's in for the score. There's one for good measure.
Boom! That was big. And you can just kind of feel a breath of fresh air on this side of the stands, Jamie. Hilltopper fans, they wanted to see it. They wanted something in the second half, and they finally got it. And boy, that touchdown is huge. Any doubt that this game could be won by U.S. has now just been shut. That window has just been shut.
That is true. Bukovic is on for the extra point. It's a low snap. Gittins, though, fields it, and it's no good. Bukovic pulled it left, and so it's 34-19, 1 minute, 47 seconds left.
So Bolden with touchdown runs of 5 and 3 yards. For your Chardon Hilltoppers. Would once again like to remind you that coming up is going to be that spaghetti dinner. And that spaghetti dinner, folks,
you sound hungry, man.
Oh, dude, I am starving. I mean, they can only feed me so much here at the concession stands. But Jamie, the spaghetti dinner, you don't need any advance tickets. You can purchase tickets at the door, dine in, take out. They don't care. It's great food. You can see some good friends and have a good time, and all going to a good school cause. It doesn't get any better than that. We ask you to spread the word and invite everyone that you know. A big thank you going out to Cabanas for supporting the Chardon schools and helping us raise the funds in a fun way. Once again, Monday, October 22nd, 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. is the Chardon Cabanas Spaghetti Dinner for Education. We ask you to show up and support your Chardon schools.
Well, Frank Hall, the offensive coordinator, is coming down from the press box, so he is confident, as he should be, as his Hilltoppers lead 34-19. Chardon will kick off the University. The junior Bobby Bukovic is set, and he approaches the ball, and here we go. It's a squib kick. Of course, University has returned one of these today for a touchdown. It's Callow. He's hit hard and driven backward. Chardon's number 23 in on that tackle, and let's go ahead and pull our roster out.
Our wet and soggy roster. Jordan Barrett.
Give Jordan Barrett some credit there for making the hit.
We saw Jordan Barrett start the year as one of the backup running backs, and he played some special teams, and see him a little bit on defense too from time to time.
Preppers take over on the 33-yard line, their own 33. We've seen the same offense out of University all night with their 4 wide receivers and their quarterback Gannon, who takes a snap, quick passes to Vedas, who does make the catch, but that is a loss on the completion, and so the clock is now running, 132 and counting, and University is going to huddle. So they also are tipping their cap at this point to the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, their coach has actually left the booth just shortly after Coach Hall did.
University will drop to 4-5, and the Hilltoppers will improve to 7-2.
7-2, and they will now be tied for second place in the PAC with Riverside.
Again, it's Vedas who makes the catch, and he's tackled again. Maybe 2 yards on the gain. And so now it's with 56 seconds and counting.
Jamie, with under a minute to go, we talked in pregame, and we kind of tweeted about the keys to this game. And one was a fast start, but the last thing that we talked about was not getting injured. And so far, I'm going to knock on some wood here that with 38 seconds to play, the Chardon Hilltoppers look relatively healthy considering all their issues today. We haven't seen anyone needing to be helped off the field or anyone coming up limp or anything like that for Chardon.
3rd down and 9, 25 seconds and counting.
It's the last thing that they want, and of course they want to stay healthy next week too.
Pass is thrown down, intended for Black, and it's broken up. That was a dangerous play. Connick is the one who almost had the interception, and he also delivered a hit to Black. So now with 15 seconds left, University has a 4th and 9.
Yeah, and that's a play where as a receiver you feel it more than the defense of the defensive back does, because the defensive back, Jamie, is coming in knowing, okay, I'm going to catch this, but I'm also probably going to, be able to lower my shoulder pads and get a big hit in there too.
4th down. Coming. Still raining, by the way. That has not stopped even for a moment. And we looked at the radar at halftime, and I don't know, it may rain the rest of the weekend at this clip. There's just a huge glob of green over Northeast Ohio.
Rain, go away, and stay away for Week 11 if the Toppers host.
4th down and 9. Gannon breaks the sack. He's running forward, trying to pick up the 1st down, and will not. He's stopped at the 40, and so with 5 seconds left, Chardon can take a knee.
Jack LeMaster said, no way, you ain't going to get that 1st down. A big tackle by LeMaster.
Well, that is going to do it. Beninati and the offense out on the field. They'll take a knee, and this thing will be over.
And Jamie, you see the senior going out there, and how appropriate that he's going to take this final knee for the final regular season game here at Chardon Memorial Field. And if you read the story in the Maple Leaf this past week, Mitch Hewitt giving one of the highest praises that I've heard to a quarterback, to where Coach Hewitt said he would take that young man anywhere he goes.
No, you're absolutely right. And his season will continue again in Week 10, and then probably with tonight's win into the postseason, even if Chardon doesn't play a game here at Memorial Field.
No, I think it's all pretty well set up that Chardon will play in Week 11, assuming they can down Lakeside next week, which shouldn't be an issue. Knock on some wood.
Here we go. Beninati takes the snap, and he takes a knee, and we have a final here at Memorial Field. The Hilltoppers 34, University 19. Matt, both teams out on the field shaking hands, and boy, this is what the doctor ordered for the Hilltoppers after that tough loss last week.
It absolutely was. Chardon played good offensively. The defense had a couple bumps in the road, but they hung tough, and Chardon comes away healthy, and Chardon comes away victorious, and Chardon can start talking about Week 11.
Yes, sir, indeed. 7-2 for the Hilltoppers. Some of the magic coming back here tonight, even as the rain continues to drive down, as these fans now leave happy, and they'll look for some warmth and look to dry themselves out. Well, thank you so much for watching the Chardon Hilltoppers here on GTV.
Jamie, just real quick, once again, want to congratulate all the seniors on this squad.
Absolutely.
All the seniors.
And again, thanks for watching GTV as the students now out on the field to greet their Hilltoppers. For Dave Jevnikar, who produced today's game, and Chris Graw on the camera down in the field, and Jeff Graw, a new father. Congratulations to him. Evan Cannon Graw, born last week, a new addition to the GTV family. And of course, for Matt Jaworski, my friend and partner here tonight, I'm Jamie Ward. Thanks for watching GTV. We'll see you soon.
words. But hey, let me tell you something, folks. You can spend a lot of money to go to school, but you can't buy a community. You can't buy a student body. You can't buy fans that care. Did you see their stands? They have nothing like us, fellas and ladies. And here's the thing. We're going to have one more extra week. I'm just talking to guys. We're going to have one extra week if these guys take care of business this week, and it should be at home, fellas. I'm telling you what, you can spend a lot of money on education, but you can't buy a community, you can't buy fans, and you can't buy a student body like we got. These guys appreciate it. The staff appreciates it. Thank you very much.